Hey everyone, it's Joshua here, and welcome to the first episode of what we're calling our quarantine cast. This is a live stream we'll be doing every Tuesday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time is the plan, and just thought we'd take some time to sit down and do some building, chat, and for all of you stuck at home, maybe give you something to enjoy on your Tuesday afternoons here for a little while you're stuck at home. I want to give a quick shout out to Ian Heath for coming up with our hashtag net bricks and chill slogan that we're also using for this. So feel free to share that around if you want to share the live stream with anyone, and invite them in to watch here. So I've got a nice little space set I'll be working on here, but then we can also have Bricks O'Brien. Brian here will be hosting every week with me. We'll have other various people join. Who knows who will be stopping in, but Brian will be here every week. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Brian? I know you've joined on the 24-hour live stream and obviously been in other videos.
Yeah, so I do the thing where you put one brick on top of the other, and ideally it makes something, creative and cool. I mostly play video games. That's the gist of what I do over on my YouTube channel and all that. And the Hanlon brothers have been very kind to have me on occasionally for a little Beyond the Brick content. So I'm very thankful for that, and very thankful to be here to, kill some time with all of you. Bring some entertainment, we're all in this together. So we'll see what ends up happening on the live stream shenanigans. But hopefully you're all having a great day and are ready for whatever is about to happen. No clue, man.
There you go. That's one thing that's guaranteed, is you never know what's going to happen on these live streams.
Not at all.
Minimal planning involved. That's the key. So a lot of you might have seen Brian in our Minifigure Madness video. If you went over and voted in that, I think that just ended. Was it yesterday or it's ending today? Something like that, the polling.
Yes, it came down to the Hot Dog Man and Lady Liberty.
Okay.
So I think Hot Dog Man, last I checked, was winning by an incredibly high margin, which makes sense. Lego is international. Statue of Liberty is only, really stateside. So, power the hot dogs, man. You can't knock it.
Yes, hot dog is a universal enjoyment.
As long as you don't know what they're actually made of and the process that goes into it, you're fine. Just ignorance is bliss.
There we go. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Brian, for joining me for these streams. So I think it should be a lot of fun here. And like you said, spend some time chatting and building. Then we also have our good friend from Germany, Andreas, here is with us as well. So some of you might have seen John and I were just on a live stream last week with him. You've been doing a bunch of live streams, Andreas. So tell folks what you've got going on over there.
Yeah, first of all, it's so good to see faces, people. So, yes, I'm here in Germany, the north of Germany right now, and we have the same situation like you had in the US. So we are allowed to go out and have a walk, but otherwise we sit at home playing with Lego bricks and have fun with live streaming as well. So we do a stream every evening, and looking forward to another stream with the Hanlons next Thursday. And yeah, so it's good to be entertained, to see some people, and good to be back.
Yes, that's true. So we'll be back on a live stream on Thursday because we were in the middle of our ideas predictions, and yes. Andreas had to start a different live stream. So we got cut off early. So we'll be launching back into that later this week if you want to check that out.
But thank you so much for having me. It could be noisy somehow because my kids are still around. So it's 7 in the evening here, but I'm good, I'm fine. And it's so good to see Brian again. We've met in New York twice. So a city, a lot of trouble going on right now. So with our thoughts, I'm at least, I think you are too, in New York City. What a great place to be. And I hope to be back one day, one good day, and all the best to New York City and the people there, which is something I really have in mind because I read many articles. But of course, I think we are here to have some fun, and I will build a polybag with you. Am I allowed to do this?
Don't challenge yourself too much.
Yeah, a polybag is fine,
Yes, we were in New York City with Brian. He did a little meetup at the Nintendo store, which I thought was quite fun. I saw you chatting with some very excited fans there, Brian.
Yeah, that happens occasionally. I had a good time in New York. I got to have a very interesting night of shenanigans along with the fan meetup there at the Nintendo store. And anytime I get an excuse to go to New York and the Nintendo store is always a good one. So I had a very good time. Yeah, it was good to see you guys as well. got to meet up very briefly, but it was very nice. I enjoyed it.
Oh yes, for sure.
And we've met at the toy fair. Like, I'm sorry, Joshua.
Yes.
I've met Brian, I think 2 years ago at the toy fair, or
Yes.
3 years ago.
I think it was. I didn't go this year or last year.
1968 or something, a long time ago.
right. 1865 at this point. Yeah.
Yes. It was still in black and white back in the day.
Right. And then it was about to go in a sepia tone, and then it's still in black. Yeah.
All the toys were shown in black and white back then. It was
right. It was all like Steamboat Willie, all of them, the same exact thing. Yeah.
Oh, what do you have there? The cat?
This is my building challenge for this evening. I built a cat, a 3-in-1 set, but I will build the cat here. So a lot of bricks, maybe 40 bricks. This is all for you to be entertaining here, your audience.
Wow.
Thank you. You know how to bring the entertainment.
I know the way it is.
I'll give a shout out to everyone. So we're streaming to both YouTube and Facebook right now. So thank you to everyone who's joining us on both of those platforms. I'll do my best to keep an eye on the chat. Feel free to ask questions, anything like that for any of the three of us or anybody in the stream here. We're always happy to interact with anyone in the chat and do what we can there to answer your questions. I know we at Beyond the Brick, we don't normally do a lot of live streams outside of the 24-hour live stream. This is pretty unusual for us. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do a little more interaction on a weekly basis with people here as you're in the live stream. And like I said, we're planning to do this once a week for the foreseeable future, at least. So we should be here for a while. I see Joey Maniac for Bricks is in here. So good to have you. Get a little wave from Brian.
That's a lot of love for Joey in the chat. Love Joey.
Yes. So I will be working on, I actually have been very productive while stuck at home because I had years and years ago, I bought 2 like massive lots of Lego on Craigslist that were a bunch of sets, but they were broken down into pieces, but the instructions were there and I knew the sets were there. I just had to take the time to put them together. Well, me, wanting to put things off, I never actually took the time to put most of them together. So they've been sitting for years. And now I finally have pulled out all those pieces and have been putting all the sets together. So that's what I'm building here is a number of these are, there you can see the space sets. So a number of these are I've gotten the pieces together and I'm just building them to make sure it all comes together fine and the pieces are all there. That's my goal. So I've got some space, some Technic, a lot of older sets that I'll be working on here. But it's some cool stuff. It's fun to sit down and mess around with the old classic space sets and that sort of thing. So
totally.
Just a little more impressive than your cat, Andreas.
Yes, I was gone for maybe 1 minute, but I'm back and you can see me, right?
Yeah.
It was just a black screen, but yeah, I just heard the word cat. So I will build this cat here now with you, and I will open this poly bag live. It's live.
Wow.
Okay. Oh,
I'm trying to remember. The last time I used StreamYard was for the 24-hour live stream, so I don't actually remember what all these windows do.
It's fun. You can click around. You can mute, for example, Brian. It's all possible.
Oh, there we go. Me,
Ooh.
yeah. We'll give equal space to everyone right now.
Cool.
So it's not sealed anymore. And by the way, may I ask something? I mean, I know you're in charge, Joshua. It's your show. It's your channel. It's Beyond the Brick. And of course, you have Brian with you, and I'm just here, little guest. But may I ask you something?
Yes.
Where's my good friend, John?
Your good friend, John. So John does not want to be shown on camera. John is behind the scenes in the chat. He's keeping the Beyond the Brick chat going here.
You got to keep the kids in line in the chat. Yeah.
So he's
interacting with people in there.
He's shy, right? So it's not his thing in front of the camera. Yeah.
Right. So he just asked where everyone's joining from. So we've got Jake Sadovich coming in from Idaho. Hey, Jake.
Where the potatoes are. Nice.
We've got Oklahoma. We've got some UK fans, Russia. Lots of representation, lots of good geographic representation here. Belgium,
I'm from Boston, if that matters.
Boston. Sorry, that's not as interesting.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We got New York, Michigan, Virginia. Lots of folks. Czech Republic.
Now people are just going to be naming off countries at this point. I don't
that's true.
I don't. Like, what? Alabama? That's not a real place. Come on.
Oh, Stuart Harris coming in from Denmark. Hey, Stuart. Everyone is loving your hand washing meme, right, Andreas? We were just talking about that on your live stream.
Yes, Stuart, it's so good to see your name, because today we've published an article with your mark. It was already shared by Beyond the Brick, of course, and it's an awesome, lovely build. Keep on smiling. It's a good thing. Good to see you.
Yes. So thank you to everyone who takes the time to watch and join us. So Brian, did you have anything prepared, or you just kind of hang out and chat with people, see what's going on?
So I have an extensive back catalog of sets to pull from. Now, the real challenge is going to be seeing, because I've seen people use StreamYard before, and they show like 2 cameras in some capacity on one screen here. So I have my super fancy camera and a webcam. So I want to see if I can figure out how to jerry-rig it. That way you can see me potentially and the build at the same time. Keep it as interesting as possible. But I'm going to leave it to like the chat once I figure that out. So I might be like, a few minutes trying to figure this nonsense out, and then I'll commit to something, down over there.
Sounds good. That works. I'm going to launch into the space set here. So one thing, Brian, that I definitely wanted to make sure we covered is you being one of you and Kevin Hinkle are my go-to Nintendo experts. So whenever I have a question, you two are the ones I turn to. And since you're here now,
created by the Squirtle, there's a Nintendo Wii U, which is not. Can you put me on the full screen real quick?
Yes. Now let me see if I can figure out how that. Nope, that's not it. Do I have to click? I think I have to. There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
So we have here Nintendo Switch. We have a giant Mario. There's Niffler. That's not Nintendo. We have a Piplup over there, KK Slider, Empoleon, Charmander, etc. Yeah. I only like Nintendo a smidge, just a little bit, just a wee bit, a little bit. So yeah. Wow. There has never been like a better matchup for 2 companies to come together for something, I think, ever. Which that's a bold statement, I know, but like Nintendo and Lego together, come on, man. It's going to give Star Wars a run for its money. It's going to give everything a run for its money at this point. I'm fully confident. Okay. Just saying.
We're looking forward to that. I'm hoping we can get you the sets for some Mario review. Yes, that's the goal.
Yep.
That's not negotiable.
No, I will show up every convention you'll be at and be like, gentlemen, I'll fly to Denmark on my own accord. I don't care. I'll break into Lego. Well, I won't do that, but like I'll politely knock on the door and say, "Hey, can I?"
We don't condone illegal activity in order to have the sets early.
And I'll do whatever it takes to get those sets.
I'm share something with the class.
Yeah, I'm just listen to you. And by the way, I'm really sorry that you have to look at my face the whole time, because my office is.
I am too, but what can we do about it?
I'm not in my office, and just to let you know, the people out there, I reached out to Joshua. Hey, when will the live stream will be? And he told me in 2 minutes. So here I am, the way I am. But the thing is, I just wondered what kind of brick is it, and then I noticed. Oh my goodness, here's the camera. And then I noticed it's a misprint.
Oh wow!
See here, it looks like it's green. I thought, what a print. A printed piece and polybag? No, it's not. It's just a regular piece. So.
Oh, I see.
That's what I've got so far. You see, like 15 bricks in 2 minutes. I'm on the run here.
Such a speed builder.
What are the odds you could send that to Maniac for Bricks in the chat? Because he collects all the obscure Lego things, and that's a misprint, man. That's worth, hey.
This is worth $50 at least. At
minimum. You go to a convention with that thing, man, you're loaded. You'll pay for your plane ticket back home.
And I can tell you something, Brian, it's always expensive if you join those handlons and stay in any big city.
You're telling me? Yeah.
Every place, I tell you, one secret here. I hope it's fine for John and Joshua. Every place you can stop to buy some.
It looks like Andreas is muted. I'm not sure how that happened.
I think I spent $20 for 2 cookies in Manhattan. Delicious.
Oh my goodness.
Don't act like the cookies are my idea.
Money here? Come on, man. We're on a budget here. We all can't be balling like the Hanlons. Oh, I got this really fancy YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers, YouTube ad revenue. Blah, blah. I know. All right. But come on. We got to keep it affordable.
The whole time we were in New York City, Andreas just one day after another was like, I've got to find a bakery. We've got to get more cookies. That's all he wanted.
I mean, a little bit of sugar a day is fine, you know?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. We're getting a lot of interesting questions and comments in the chat.
Oh, good job, Brian. See, you know what you're doing here. You know how to work with the chat.
So I'm used to both like interacting with the chat and then keeping the kids in line. So if anyone has any nonsense or spouting off, I'm gonna obligate either your brother or someone to just whip out the band hammer like whack and just like you know. But hopefully it doesn't come down to that. So you know, a lot of people talking about the Barracuda Bay set that recently got not only announced but you know fully revealed and is coming out tomorrow. You keep rubbing it in. I see everyone getting this set, and I'm like, listen, come on, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Look at his adorable little face pop.
It's so heavy. It's so heavy.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Oh man, I am very much so looking forward to it. I think it's a beautiful set, personally. I'm sure both of you agree as well, and most people in the chat actually. Yeah.
I have not been this excited for a set in a very long time. I grew up playing with all of the classic Pirates and Imperial stuff, so it's so awesome the way they did that. I think it's an incredible set, and yeah, the fact that it turns into the pirate ship is just amazing.
The fun fact is, I spent a lot of time with Joshua in the Fold in Billund, where you see all the old sets. And there you realize, and oh my goodness, this is a young guy, because he's showing me sets of the 90s and 2000s, and me, it's the 80s. So the Barracuda was really one of the sets I owned as a kid. I still have it at home. And it's one of my favorite sets of all time. And to see the ship in the new shape, right now in the bay, I love the A build very much. But I have to say and give you a little bit, a little secret here. In my office, I have the ship now on display. So it's kind of a 2-1 set, and I put the ship back on shelf because this is something I love about the set, that you can really have the whole experience to build the bay. It's so much fun, so many lovely details, and then actually renew some parts, remove some parts, add some parts, and have the old ship kind of in a new look with new elements. It's so much fun. So if you're planning to spend $200, go for it at midnight. It's a lovely set. It's so much fun. It's good looking. It's a play set. It's looking perfect. Nice colors, and really some very tricky ways to build the set. So it's not, and you will love it. You will love it.
Sounds. I mean, what better review can you get than that right there? That's amazing.
Right.
While you were talking, Andreas, somebody, Joey, asked a question. He's wondering where you're from and what you can tell people about the little blog that you run as well.
Yeah, of course. I'm living in Hamburg, which is the second biggest town here in Germany. Right now, I'm staying in a little town near the East Coast, where it's the house of my father, and we can stay here right now with a garden outside, which is a good thing for the children. And I'm running a blog since 5 years now. It's called Zusammengebaut, which is meaning kind of assembled. And I love to write about Lego. I do reviews all the time. And what I love most is to travel, to visit shows and take photos, some videos, and meet friends. So yeah, Lego became my job too. It wasn't planned this way. I'm a town planner. So somehow I'm writing for 15 years, and then I wrote more and more about Lego, and this is what I love. So I'm really into bricks. I love it. I'm a Lego fan, so I don't play with other bricks. It's really Lego at the DNA. Like one good friend of ours told us, Jean Kenny in Brooklyn, and it's the same with me. I grew up with Lego. I was always a Lego fan, and now it's so much fun to actually see this is my job. And so it's a good thing. But the website is in German. You can translate very easy the text, Google. But I have since 2 years now 2 YouTube channels, because I don't know why I love to speak English. Because of this language, I have to change school, so they kick me out. And it's good. It's good to see that right now I can talk with people, and you at least give me the feeling that you understand me.
We do. Don't worry. We definitely do. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. So
Concise,
I upload
one volume
videos in
life
German and
history
English.
of Andreas up to this point.
I hope this was the right answer.
Joey got more than he bargained for with that question.
Yeah.
Ask me everything. I get it wrong.
Brian, so I never finished. I don't think I ever finished my question when I brought up the Nintendo thing. So what I wanted to ask you about. So I have seen like 1,000 people posting about the Animal Crossing game, which seems to be incredibly popular. I have no idea what it is, though. I just see lots of people posting about it. So we've got this time now on the stream. This is your opportunity to tell me why I should be interested in this game and what it's all about.
Joshua, I'm a professional, and you're very lucky that I know that I'm a professional, because I'd be playing Animal Crossing right now on this live stream off camera. All right. I have no issue doing that in any other circumstance, but you're lucky on this one.
Thank you for keeping it professional.
Animal Crossing is quite literally a way of life away from life. You get to go to your own, in this case, in this iteration of the game, go to your own tropical island, deserted island, and you're building everything up from the other villagers' homes to your own pathways. You can change the cliffs and the rivers to the way you want to, dig up fossils to add to your own very beautiful museum, catch bugs.
No, museums, that'll get me into a game.
Yes, and it's actually like a really, really well done museum, where in previous games they would just showcase like fossils, like they kind of just place them in there, but now they make it more like the Smithsonian, where you're going through and it's like more interactive and the lighting is beautiful, and it's like, yeah. So on the Switch, it looks especially good. You can play with up to 8 other people, customize your villager the way that you want to. You can buy a house and pay off your debt to a tanuki and just live out your life. And I've been enjoying it. I've recorded, dozens of videos about it, because it's just, especially with the circumstances of our lovely blue marble right now. We need something to that's escapism that you could literally spend hours in, and it encourages you to, make your own island, escape, but then also connect with other people. You can trade items, you can trade fruit, you can go to islands together and I'll do all facial expressions, communicate that way. Oh, that sometimes happens with my camera. Oops. So that'll happen a few times.
That's okay.
I still haven't figured it out. But yes, it's a very, very relaxing game. And a lot of the people, like in my live streams, are like, what's the point of Animal Crossing? This is boring. I'm like, well, it's not like Fortnite, high caliber action. It's like a chill, relax, you're alone with your thoughts for a while you're making, some furniture for your villagers. It's very, it's like that. So
I see. I like your do you have like a chat voice like Jim Gaffigan has for his crowd voice?
No. My voice can't get high enough at this point. I've gone through the stages of my life where my voice is now deep enough that I can't replicate it just doesn't. No. I just give them heat. I just tell them like, hey kids, be quiet. Brian's talking about Animal Crossing now. Give me a minute, and then I go back to it.
The adults are talking about important things now.
Yes. And I actually, I did a live stream where I was talking about my thoughts on Lego Super Mario, and then one person was like, Brian, this is boring. I want you to do something else. And I'm like, listen, this is one of the few moments I have happiness in my life, child. I'm talking. Listen, let me keep doing this. This is important. It's one of the, I've thought about it since I was a kid, of those two things happening together. So yeah, I was in love, enraptured from the first moment.
Yes, it truly is fantastic. Someone in the chat said, Joshua, maybe if you watched Brian's videos, you would know. I actually did watch some of your Animal Crossing videos before,
thank you.
Because I've been seeing so much about it.
Wait, hold on. So real quick, Joshua, just for the entirety of the live streams, E-Logger down there is one of the Bricks O'Brien super fans. You can just ignore what he says. It's fine. I'm paying attention.
Glad you could join us. Andreas is showing off something now. What do you have there?
I'm gonna go figure out my camera situation. You two take it from here for a little
sounds
bit.
good.
Okay, I just take it away. No, this is the cat, the polybag. I finished the build. So there are 3 options. I choose the main one. This is a good-looking cat. What I love here are, of course, all the great parts in orange, for example. This macaroni piece. I have this one in orange.
Yeah.
And it looks good. Of course, printed eyes here in front.
Printed is always good.
Yeah. And you see, the dog is happy too. No, I think it's good looking. It's a fun build. So another creator polybag. I always have to grab those. If I see a polybag somewhere in the wild, I will just buy it for €4 here in Germany. And I think this is good looking. So if you have the chance to pick it, I think it is a new polybag from this year. So 2020, and the number is 30574. So 3 now, I can show the image once again. So this was an exclusive build for the new Beyond the Brick live stream. And I think this is a good one.
Yes, very impressive. So since we've got you here, while Brian's gone, we'll do a little Lego German Q&A. So for people in the chat watching, maybe from the US or other countries, where do German Lego fans go shopping for their Lego typically?
Typically, we would, of course, go to the Lego store. But we don't have so many here in Germany. I think we have 11 in Germany, so not so many in the bigger towns.
I think a lot of countries would love to have one.
I know. But in the US, you have like Starbucks, Lego store, Starbucks, Apple store. It's different here in Germany. But I love to go there, of course. And we have some nice places where you can go to, like My Toys. We have Kaufhof and Karstadt, so the old traditional place where you can go. And many people, of course, buy Lego at, maybe you've heard of the website. It's called Amazon. It's a little website where you can actually shop things and they will bring it to your house. It's a good thing. But for me, I still like to go to a place and actually see the set and buy it there. So sometimes I will order sets online. Sometimes I will buy them, and I think many people are doing it the same way. So we have some nice places where we can actually go and buy Lego sets, and of course we have also some nice little toy stores still around. But yeah, there are less and less. So it's good. It's a good thing if you're living in a town where you have still like this traditional toy store where you can go and have all the new sets around.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's always been a big Lego community in Germany. I think for many decades now. So it's always lots of great fans over there. What's the big shows in Germany these days?
There are several shows. So we have, of course, some ALACs like you have in the US too. There's one big show each year in the South of Germany from Brick in Bavaria. I haven't been there actually, so I have to go there one day. We have some big shows in the north of Germany too, like from the Steinhanse, it's called, and Bricks am Meer. So those are great shows here in north of Germany. We have one in Berlin as well. And we had one big show in Cologne every 2 years, but this show is somehow gone. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. But just a few days ago, somebody told me, yeah, they're going to be no show. It's not because of the coronavirus. They just skip it. And this show was actually supported by the Lego Group as well. So we'll see. And you know this, we have our own show. So there's each year we organize our own show of Zusammengebaut, assembled in the middle of Germany. And this became, this is a big show now somehow too. So we had like 5,000 visitors last year and it's getting bigger and bigger. So we'll see if it's going to happen this year. But it's always in November, end of November. And this is so much fun too. So I do this with Matthias and some friends of mine. And this was 5 years ago in a little room, and now it became bigger and bigger, and we are kind of running out of space. But there are some lovely shows in Germany, and it's always good to be there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know it's great that your own show has been so successful. So if we have any German viewers right now, where does that show take place? If people want to share, where can they find out more about it?
it's still far away. It's end of November, but it's in the middle of Germany near Kassel. So it's called a little town, Borken. But it's really in the middle of Germany. You can have a map, and there's Andres, end of November,
Yes.
and it's always fun. It is so good to see all the friends together each year, and hopefully you will be around one day. But it's always trouble because you have your 24 hours, no, 48 hours
24.
live stream. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's always, I think, the same weekend. So it's always good to be there. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, yeah, so that's a little what's going on with Lego in Germany. And while you were talking, we had some action in the chat. So I want to give a shout out to Mike from the Cool Factor. He was in here. He said, "How's it going, Joshua?" So it's good to have you with us, Mike. So he's another one of our contributors here at Beyond the Brick. Made some great videos. His most recent one, I believe, is the Series 20 field guide for the collectible minifigures, and he goes through and helps you identify. Yes, there's an excellent example right there. So if you want to figure out how to see what figure is in which bag, then you can watch his video and learn all about that.
A very good video. I love the videos of him.
Yeah.
So
he makes some excellent stuff. Let's see if they're okay. Somebody asked, how does it feel to travel the country looking at Legos? That was from I'm Here Now. So that's a good question. It feels great normally when I'm actually able to travel. Then it feels good. Right now, I haven't been doing a lot of that, so I've been sitting at home organizing all these wonderful parts here. But yeah, it's very fun. I enjoy it a lot, and that's why we continue to do it, and that's why we go to so many shows, because there's so many incredible builders like Andreas and like Brian. When we can get him back into the stream here. And so
Brian is gone now.
I think he was fixing some camera issues, but he'll be back soon.
I know.
So yeah, there's just so many amazing builders and Lego fans to hang out with that it's really great. It's nice when you can do it online, but it's even better when you can spend time in person and go to bakeries in New York City with Andreas.
Again, and I have to say this, I think we've met 3 years ago, and it's so much fun to hang out with you guys. It's always good to see you, and we had big plans for this year. My dream was to first time ever go to Chicago, visit the Chicago Brick World. Right now, nobody can tell us if this is still a thing this year or it is not. And of course, we always met in Scabrek. We will see what will the next month bring. But it's always good to see you and have fun. And I have to tell you, when you're in the United States and you visit a show, people love Beyond the Brick. It's like a madness. It's like people are screaming, are shouting. I'm not there anymore, and I'm a tall person. It doesn't matter.
You just completely disappear.
I'm gone. It's like Joshua Hamlin. No, it's always great, and I mean the people love you because you're doing a great job. It's always enjoyable to watch your content. And it's always fun to hang out with you, and it's always fun to do something like this. So I think it's really good that the Lego community out there is having Beyond the Break.
We appreciate that, Andres, and that's one reason we like going to so many shows, is because we actually get to meet people who watch the channel and get to meet fans, which is always really fun. So that's really cool as well. Shout out to John, who's behind the scenes right now in the chat, keeping everything running.
I don't trust you that John is there. Somehow the feeling he's gone.
I'm not sure where he would be, but okay.
It's like any of these movies of the 80s. Just show me the face for a second, then I give you the money. You know this.
Some of your favorite 80s movies.
Yeah, I mean it's every 80s movie. It's like this thing that any crime movie. Here are the bricks, but first show me your brother.
Jake Statovich said in the chat that he agrees with you. Hanging out with the Hanlons is a great time.
It is, and especially when you're cooking together. This is the best part of it. A meal with those guys, because they're always hungry. especially John. He's always hungry.
I think Brian, are you good now?
No, but I'm gonna do my best
Okay.
to yeah. So I've seen people have so even on my end here, I would have like a smaller camera and then whatever. So no idea how to do that, but whatever. So I'm gonna be building. You're not gonna be able to see it. I will lift it. I will ascend it to the camera view once I actually make progress. But this bad boy right here, I actually got while in Toronto with the Game Loft event because I was the one who completed the set of challenges the quickest. So I'll be building this after it's been sitting here for a while. So that'll be pretty fun, I think.
Yes, awesome stuff. So yeah, the Brian and Mike, who we were talking about earlier, went up to Toronto for a Game Loft event. Mike says hi, Brian, in the chat.
Hi.
So yeah, that was super fun to see all the content you guys created up there. And the game is now released now, correct? And people
Yeah, it is. And I was not cheating. No. I'm just a professional video game player, Mike. That happens to be it. Just saying.
Okay, so we've got some drama in the chat. I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't go one live stream without getting salty at someone for something. It's gonna happen.
Clearly, I've been doing these live stream things wrong, man.
You got a lot to learn. No, I'll catch you up. It's fine.
Yes. That's why I brought you on board here. Came to learn from the best.
I'm really sorry. Just check out the live stream. It looks so boring right now. This is a wall. I mean, you've been there. I have really a lovely place. My
you
own
have a nice studio, yeah.
Lego. And this is so boring right now. The people think, why is this where there's nothing else? There's nothing here. There's just me and my friend. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, Andreas. I think people will understand. You know, next time though, you've got to really bring it.
I will.
I always try to keep the background as spruced up as possible. Keep everything looking nice and sharp.
Very good. May I ask? I mean,
here's a recent addition. I love this. So for people who are familiar with Dan Siskin from Brickmania,
yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize his blacksmith shop set, if I have heard the stories correctly, was the first ever fan designed official Lego set that Lego ever brought a fan in to work on. And he recently, I think last year, released this, which is a micro version of it, of his blacksmith shop set there, which I think is super cool. So yeah, fun little story there. I think Brickmania is continuing to pump out kits. Dan is stuck at the headquarters there in Minneapolis. So if you're a fan, you might still be getting stuff shipped out.
Open the bag, Brian, and get Bill. Hey, so that's how you know I'm a true professional, because I didn't do the crinkling, and you can hear it on stream there. So I just saying, I'm opening up all the bags first, and then we'll dive in.
We've got Craig asking about Lego. Do you think Lego will do more Back to the Future sets? Let's open it up to the panel here. Your thoughts, Andreas? Go ahead.
I will. I will.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I will.
I have to say, and when we are talking about Lego ideas, we're always very clear, and we tell them, we give the audience our thought. I think the Lego idea set wasn't that good in comparison, like the Act 1, for example. So I'm still hoping for a really great set one day, maybe even a bigger one. But I think what I do love are those little Lego Dimension sets we've seen. Those were very lovely. And again, it's not a bad set, the Lego idea set, but it wasn't that good. The car was lacking some. It was good looking and shape when you're far away. But from you have it here?
I don't know. I was grabbing a different set though.
Okay, so but yeah, I mean, I would love to see more sets, and I think there are many fans out there who love the movies, and so yeah, maybe the train, for example. So I'm up for more sets, Brian.
So I'm gonna set the expectations a little bit higher here. Now, paint a picture for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's the year 2021, even 2020, maybe even to 2022. How beautiful would it look to have a lineup of a classic 80s movies cars with, or just classic pop culture cars? The Jurassic Park Jeep in the scale of the bigger cars like the Fiat and the Ferrari and all that. Right next to it,
Well, those are the 90s. I'm sorry.
90s classic pop culture cars in general.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. And then right next to it, you have the Ecto One. Then you have the DeLorean. I think the DeLorean could be better captured in a larger scale than on that smaller scale. And out of all the different cars of that era, that's one of the ones that, in my opinion, deserves it more so. You know, Back to the Future, I think holds up a lot better than some of the other ones, but that's just me. You know, I think the Jurassic Park, like seeing that next to the Jurassic Park Jeep and like maybe even like Knight Rider or something like that, like the whole lineup of cars would be like a pipe dream, but you know, it's worthy of it. So I would like to see that. I was hoping for the train when the DeLorean first came out. Hasn't happened. So, I mean, I think the bigger scale model would happen sooner than the train at this point, but that's just me.
May I add one car in your additional?
Of course, yes.
The A-Team.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
The A-Team, the van.
Yeah, of
That's
course. Like in that same
see.
vein. 100%. Like that makes way too much sense and it would look absolutely perfect. Yeah.
And we need the minifigure of MacGyver.
Yep.
This is very important too, for my life at least. We have to, you know.
Totally.
Yes, so that's the predictions there on the Back to the Future sets. I think Brian lays out the future of the theme very nicely. We look forward to the Lego designers following your strategy.
Hey, you know, I'm just saying, listen, I'm just saying if someone puts me on a plane to Denmark, I got a lot of ideas, people. I got a lot of ideas. And they're not pipe dreams either. They're not these unrealistic ones that people come up with online. I know how to temper my expectations. If we get Lego Super Mario, literally anything's possible. I'm ready.
I'm ready. By the way, Blues Brothers, Craig has mentioned Blues Brothers. Of course, here we go. Blues Brothers.
There you go. Exactly.
But I think there was submission and with 10,000 votes, and they say no. So the police car. So they didn't choose it. So yeah, chance
we'll wait and see. You never know. We never know what's in the docket, though.
We never know.
I grabbed this set earlier because Stuart Harris mentioned he saw the tree of creativity behind me. So there you go. Signed by the designer there. One of the I think they're getting rid of this soon. So if you're at the Lego house, pick it up because I think it's taken off.
But right now you can just knock on the door and they won't let you in. So it's it's kind of tricky to tell people to go to
the Lego house.
So there are some issues. They won't let you in the country. You may not leave the country, and you cannot enter the Lego house. But besides that,
it's a flawless plan.
So I actually had E-Logger in the chat got me the Lego house dinosaurs in the back there when he went to Denmark.
Awesome.
So I have those chilling right back there. The other one's off screen there, but got to shout out him if we're talking about ideas, or rather Lego house exclusives.
Joshua, I know I'm talking way too much. It's your stream, but may I ask something, Stuart? Because he's still Stuart, you know, we love your work. We all love the Lego house. It was such an honor that you let John, Joshua, and myself into your studio. We would love to come back one day and make a photo or a video there. Is this gonna happen one day? Please say yes, Stuart. Please say yes.
Yes or no answer right now.
Can you please treat all of us to a steak dinner and a limousine ride to and from the airport? Thank you, sir.
Yes.
On Lego money, of course. Not your own money. No, Lego money. Listen, I have very feasible expectations. All right, a flight to Denmark, spot a couple ideas.
It's not that much to ask.
No, come on. Listen, let's travel pandemic. Nah, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
You've never been to Billund, Brian?
No, I have not. Not yet.
Oh, by the way, Stuart is in. Stuart,
there we go.
Back. We all be back, and then we go for it. Thank you so much, Stuart, and stay safe, please, in Billund.
Gotta stay safe for when we have that steak dinner. I dropped a piece. That's the most like heartbreaking thing when you're like really comfortable in a chair and you drop a piece and you're like, ah.
You gotta get up.
Because then you gotta move, you know? No one wants to move.
Obviously.
There we go. I'll put the kettle on. There we go. Nice.
Joshua, you're still not finished with your set there? What are you building, by the way?
It's
Oh, classic space.
So I'm just making sure all the pieces are here and putting it together. And so I've got a number of these sets I need to do that with.
Awesome. In our late night show this evening, we'll talk about classic space and pirate sets of the 80s. So this is a good addition. I will tell the people out there that Joshua Hanlon right now is building a classic space set.
Yes. There you go. Your live stream can just be updates about what's happening on our live stream.
It will be happening later on, so in 2 hours. No worries, I'm still here.
Gonna give you all a little update here. This is what I have so far. Just a little something right there. That's it. That's all I got.
You go. Hey, you know, good progress so far.
You know, I'm so enraptured with the conversation. You know.
Yeah. No, that's why on the 24-hour live stream, I only get about 3 hours of building done because there's just, the conversation is too good. Brian, I forgot to mention earlier when we were talking about the Animal Crossing game, one reason that I brought that up is because can you create like custom skins for your character or like custom clothing items?
Yes. So my avatar in the game is wearing the hoodie that like my avatar down here does. So it's like the black laces on this and the blue. The avatar is wearing that, and it's very accurate. You're limited to not a 128 by 128 grid. It's a bit smaller than that. It might be 30 or something like that, but like it's pixelated, and then it smooths it out for you. So you're very limited with what you can do, but it forces a lot of creativity.
I thought that was cool because Kat Harris, a builder that we featured a number of her builds, some really cool stuff over the years. She posted a photo online of her character wearing a Beyond the Brick shirt in the game. So I figured there must be some way that you can like customize what you wear, but I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, no, people get crazy with stuff. I've seen, all the different sports teams and all sorts of different things people want to put in the game. Joey, I'm building the creator something or another thing.
Plane?
The plane, yes.
Once I built a plane with Joshua Hanlon in my office. Another live stream.
Yes.
We built a plane.
I forgot about that. We did build a plane, didn't we?
I mean, it's not interesting, but just want to let you know that Joshua built a plane once too.
Got to add context.
Stuart, good night. Have a nice evening in Billund, and please stay safe.
Stuart.
And best wishes to everybody in the Lego house, please.
Stay safe out there.
I don't know if you want to pull up this comment here, Josh. Rick MC asked, what's your favorite set from your childhood, Joshua, Brian, and Andres? We'll go in that order. Joshua, I don't even know what your favorite Lego set is.
Yes. So we actually just posted a video a few weeks ago that ties in with my favorite set. My favorite set from my childhood, my favorite set of all time, that I spent a lot of time in my childhood playing with is the Fort Legorado Western set, which I absolutely love. I've mentioned this a lot of times before. And then Kevin Hinkle and I recently made like a 40-minute long video at Brick for Alabama where we went through every Western set and just talked about how amazing the theme is. So you can check that out if you want to see it. But yeah, the Western theme in general is incredible, but the fort in particular was just so amazing. Spent so much time playing with that as a kid and creating big stories and layouts with the Indians, and then I would probably also got some of the like pirates and imperial guys, all those folks involved doing various stuff. So that's mine. How about you, Brian?
So as I'm looking around here, the one that strikes me the most has to be the Metalbeard Sea Cow for my favorite of all time. In terms of from my early childhood, one of them that I still have sealed in the box over there. I haven't cracked it open yet. I got it at Brick World Chicago a couple years ago, and it's the Castle of Morcia from Knight's Kingdom, which is not a very fondly remembered theme. I don't think people aren't clawing at the bit to get all the sets, but
Yes.
the idea behind, it being a castle, you can go from blue to red and flip everything, and then it was still during that era where they had the big molded base plates instead of it just being a flat plate or nothing at all. So that was right when that era was ending. So that was one of the last ones, and that was like my childhood one of my childhood favorites. I obviously went through my dark ages and got rid of a lot of stuff, so I can't remember a lot of the other ones that really stick out. So I'm going to say the Castle of Morcia from Knight's Kingdom.
Can you pull up a photo? I'm trying to think of what that castle looked like.
So I can find the photo. I don't know if I can send it to you.
I don't know. Can you screen share it on the?
Yeah, sure. Give me
Sure, why not? That way
here.
people who don't know, it's hard to keep track of a lot of those sets.
I can just, that Brian can look for the set. I can give you my favorite set because it's right here. I love trains. And I still have to say that this beauty here is maybe my favorite set of all time. I grew up with the 12-volt system. I switched to the 9-volt system later on. But this TGV is awesome. And I played so much with the train. So I would say if I have to pick one set, it is this train. Which is still lovely, and it still looks good. It still looks fantastic, and you have the motor here, the cable, you have light in front, lighting system, and many parts are still there, but of course we are missing this element, the window, which is gone since a few years. The door is still there, but yeah, if I have to pick one set, I think, and not because it's right here, but the 12-volt train TGV is my favorite set of all time. So, Brian, have you found the image?
I have, yes. So it's, I don't know if you have to pull it up, Joshua. You might have to.
Oh, right there. Yes. Okay.
There you go.
There.
So that's it right there. So the idea behind it is you could switch between it being the lions to the scorpions with the blue and white to the red and black. All of these would turn over to be all red. The gate turns around to be red, and it has all the knights in it and the bad guy Vladik. So it's a pretty good all-in-one. You get the castle, you get everything you kind of need to have a full-on battle. And that's a chrome helm right there, gold chrome. So a lot of you older Lego fans will love that one. So that's the one I have, and I actually did like a trade back at Brick World Chicago where the guy was like, yeah, I'll give it to you for like 160 or something. And I'm like, I have all these poly bags I don't want. What do you think that's worth? He's like, oh, all right, I'll give it to you for 80. All right, sweet. And I just got it and brought it home. And it was awesome. So it's still complete in box and sealed and everything from 2004, I think. Yeah.
That's a solid looking set. Yeah, not a bad. It had like the raised base plate and everything. So
yeah.
Very cool.
Totally.
Considering the lack of any castle themes today, you take what you can get.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So now they came out with the Black Seas, the Barracuda Bay. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that came out. So the way that they did the it's like a remaster, but not really. It's a new set with an old ship in it that people love. That's updated with updated figures and prints and like everything. So like, who's to say that idea couldn't work for another sub theme of Lego? I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just saying the idea. Again, you put me on the flight to Denmark. I talked to a couple people. Just saying. And I have no affinity for like the old that's not my era of Lego at all. Like the classic Pirates and Castle and all that. Not at all. Like I grew up with this stuff, and the first set I ever got which I'll probably bring up an image here too, because why not? It's from Alpha Team. It was I think Ogle's base, which also had a unique base plate on it. Let me see if I can find an image or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. I remember that set.
I have the base plates in another room, so I have it here. I mean, I still love those old base plates where you get high without building with bricks. You know, it's
Right,
just like
the raised base plates.
What's the name, Josh? I'm running out of words here. You know, I'm not getting high, but
no, I mean,
I'm good.
The raised base plates. they're like raised.
Yeah, you still have
I mean, we can talk
the language.
No, I don't know. Let me see here. Give me a few seconds here. Yeah, so that was my era, and like those raised base plates are still pretty killer, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. You gotta love like the really low res images from like 2001. All right, so hold on. We'll do this. So if you want to pop that bad boy on screen, it's Alpha Team set number 6. So you got the ship there again. Gold chrome right there, baby. You have a couple of the skull. Like, it's just a cool looking set. You know, you're 6 years old. You walk into Toys R Us, rest in peace, and you see that, and you're like, that's it. That's a hotness right there. You know. So like, I have no bias to the old stuff. You know, this is old now too, but like, you know, that classic era, I feel like the nostalgia right now, from what I've seen, is like first wave Ninjago. People are like, man, wasn't that, you know, so like nostalgic? So that was like my childhood. And I'm like, man, I was a teenager, I think. Like, oh man, you know?
Yeah.
We're getting old, but hey.
You're getting old. You're kidding me. I'm 30 now.
Oh no, don't get Andreas started.
Hey, that's not bad. Hey, 30. Listen, you know, the old people from 40 years ago are, you know, older than the old people now. Like, you're still young and spry. Don't worry. You could run a marathon.
I'll be honest here. I'm 40. I'm 40 years old. Yeah, I'm an old man.
No.
You have to speak loud. I don't understand. What did you do?
His energy is deceiving. You wouldn't know that if he runs around New York City, but
when is this gonna end? Until the wheels fall off, man. No idea. No clue. You know what? You know, people ask that in my live stream all the time, and I'm like, why do you want to know when something is ending just when it's beginning? You don't go
right.
You don't go. You know.
I'm really sorry, Brian. I love you. I love George. This message here is like, my dad's 40. Oh my goodness.
No, it's okay, Andres.
Oh my goodness, I'm feeling really old.
Eli, why are you gonna make him feel old? Relax, buddy.
My grandpa's photo.
Jeez. I mean, you don't look 40, sir. You definitely don't. So you fooled me.
Thank you so much, Brian. You don't look like 16.
I'm actually 15, as a matter of fact.
Not a day over 16.
Somebody was asking, and again, it's your stream, Joshua. You know, I'm always in this mood where I try to answer some questions, but somebody was asking, which set do we hate? If there's a set we hate. So, Brian, Joshua, do you hate a set? Is there a set you really hate?
No, but listen, you're friends with a lot of people from Lego. We can't go bashing on something right now. Come on, man. You know,
don't bait us into that trap.
You never know who's watching. All right.
I mean, then if I would, for example, say I don't like Nexonites, then the designer is there and he won't talk to me anymore. So it's really hard. I mean, you have always bricks. The good thing is, if you buy a set or you have a set which you don't like, you still have those bricks you can use for any build you would love to have. So for myself, I don't hate a Lego set. I buy those I love.
Right. There's possibilities. Every set has possibilities. So that's, you know, there's no way to hate a set because you can use the pieces for something else.
Yeah.
Even like Lego themes that people overall are like, oh, this isn't what we wanted, or this isn't what I'm looking for. Like, there's still like something about it that you could take the pieces from and do something else with.
Yeah.
So even if you're like me, like, why are they doing more pirates when they're not doing Mario? Well, okay, I mean that's a fair point. They finally did it, but there's still something that is usable for whatever you want to create, and that kind of forces you to be more creative in the same breath, So
it's so boring with the white.
you got to get one of those like color changing lights to like illuminate the background or something, different colors.
Or maybe this way. What do you think, John? In the back, is this better?
Just cover up your whole.
There's one other question, Joshua. May I answer this one? Somebody asked me, which is my favorite minifigure? Again, like Lego was sending me the Barracuda, of course, and they sent me, like, I think you did review too, of the whole series. And I will show them.
Series 20, yeah.
Yeah. And, I won't show any figure. It's your live stream. But I think this actually is my favorite figure because there are so many nice elements. You have so many printed elements here. The NASA logo, the printed tile here, the cap, there's a print on it. You have the torso, which is a print also. You have a print here.
This face on the shirt is my favorite. That's just amazing.
And you have a second face impression as well. So this is such an awesome figure. There's one thing, okay, I don't hate the figure, but there's really one mistake, and I can show this to you. This is a lovely figure, but this is wrong. You see, it should be the other side, the other way around.
The black keys should be on the other side.
If you, I play organ.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I thought you were saying, well, this is like that's objectively wrong, not like wrong.
No. This idea is pretty awesome, and I like to see more instruments. But this printing is wrong, and it's a shame.
Yeah, that's objectively wrong. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, now I will show you two more. Otherwise, it's not my stream, and Joshua will kick me out in a second.
If you could show your whole minifigure collection, I don't think anyone would have a problem.
Okay, Andreas, we've got lots of time.
This is a nice figure too. I call this figure John.
Llama John?
Llama John.
I try everything. I tell you, everything that John would show up for 2 seconds. I would try everything.
You just really want John in the stream.
Joshua, just reflect a mirror off of him, and then we can see him for a glimpse.
I know John is your favorite Hamlin, Andreas. It's okay.
No, Joshua. You are.
Whoever's on stream currently is my favorite.
Keep showing those figures because I've got to go find a part for this set, so keep going.
Yeah. No, this is a lovely figure too. This is funny because there's something which isn't necessary, in my opinion, and which is good because you have this costume and you also have a print here. So this is funny. You can use those elements for another figure, but you won't see it. But you can, and there's a second face. So this is a nice figure. Okay, Joshua. This lady here. I think we haven't seen this element in teal, so it's good to have. And with this new jumper element, which is, we've seen it before in the other series. One more, Joshua?
One more.
Okay, I think Brian will love this one because this is kind of classic.
That's like the Vikings. Yeah, that same era. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, the Vikings were one of my all-time favorite themes. I had almost every set from that theme, and I still think it's amazing. And I would love to see them do more with that type of idea. They very short-lived.
The last one for now. I think otherwise would be too boring. Maybe you have seen the images, but this is a lovely figure. We've seen the costume in red and blue, and now we have this guy in green as well. And you have not only this figure, but last time we had a 1x1 plate. This time we had this lovely 2x2 printed tile. So all in all, I think it's a very good series. I love those figures, most of them, and it's a fun series. It's really good to see. So a lot of fun is going on. We'll be out there, I think, in Europe at least in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Mid of April in Europe. Maybe the same in the US. I'm not sure right now.
I can't keep track of when everything is released. There's too much stuff. But yeah, there's some awesome minifigs in that line.
Yeah.
I think they really did a great job. And I think my favorite is that first one you showed, the rocket scientist with the classic space shirt.
By the way, I've seen the Enterprise.
Oh, the USS Enterprise?
I've seen the Enterprise.
Nice.
I visited a museum with 2 friends of mine in Manhattan, and I saw the Enterprise.
Yes, there you go. That's a real claim to fame now.
This was fun.
So I think I've pretty much got this set together. It's missing there are a couple broken pieces because the pieces are very old in this set, but besides that, here's the base
Can you
plate.
enlarge the image, Joshua?
I think I have that technology, yes.
Perfect.
And then it comes with 2 of these little flyers and a couple of cars. There you go.
Very
So
nice.
this is the 6930 classic space set. Very nice.
Thank you, Lizzie.
So as John would tell, this is kind of a rocket thing.
Yes, it's a space thing. Yes,
A space thing.
John's phrase for every space related ideas project, another space thing. Lynn says, "Well done, Joshua. Thank you." Yes, this really was a difficult. It really pushed my building skills for this one here.
And just so you know, we are looking at the chat and taking questions and really like discussing different Lego things. I'm sure that some of you might have burning questions for Joshua in particular, because Beyond the Brick doesn't do live streams very often.
No.
True.
You get to interact live with all of us. I just want to make that known. That's the best part of it with the live streams is the interactivity, of course. And as long as you have respectable comments and questions, we will be obliged to answer or comment on anything that you have in mind. Just as a PSA for all.
This is your chance to ask everything which you ever would like to know about Joshua Hanlon.
All the family secrets, where the hidden.
And I can answer them. I know
I'm
those
not
guys.
sure I like
can
the
answer
direction this is going. Somebody asked what am I building, so I'll show this one more time. It's this space set right here. There we go. Let's see. What other questions did we have in here? Here's a question. Brian, how long do you think you will be to have minifigs in the new Mario line?
So my I know nothing at all. But I think that a minifigure version of Mario is like inevitable because it would be awesome. So, I mean, I think that Lego definitely wanted to showcase the newest, the technology, the new thing that's different to the Mario line in general. But I think they know that Lego has always been, based on bricks and figures and that interactivity with the various characters. And, I think they know that it would be really, really cool to see, Lego Sonic and Lego Mario playing together in the same scale, in the same sets and scenes and whatnot. So I think it'll happen. I don't know when. I'm satisfied with what they showed already. And, well, I forget one interview I saw from what website, but they were I believe one of the designers was like, well, we didn't collaborate with Nintendo for 4 years to make one set. So I think that's your answer right there.
I like that. Yes. Somebody asked, Joshua, you travel a lot. How are you happy about the downtime for once? And it is actually nice having a break here. So we already actually had a fairly long break without too many shows. We didn't really have any major shows until the end of April here. which worked well. So it's not like a whole bunch of shows have been canceled. The show we had, Philly Brick Fest at the end of April was canceled, and then Brick Can in Vancouver at the beginning of May. Those have been canceled, unfortunately. But yeah, it is also nice to have some time at home, catch up on various projects like building these sets that I'm working on. Gives John time to edit. Normally we have like a super big backlog of videos, and so it takes like sometimes it can be up to 6 months before some of the videos from a show get out. But now, before our next show, all the videos will be released. So the real winners in all of this are the people we interviewed at Brick for Alabama and Bricks Cascade, because their interviews will go out way quicker than we normally get them out. So you can look forward to that. We've almost finished up all of our Brick Fair Alabama coverage. So we've got a few videos left scheduled to post from there, some cool stuff, and then a whole bunch of videos from Bricks Cascade is what we'll have going up over the next couple months here. We are starting in April. We're doing a video every other day. So just to make the content last, since we have had those shows canceled, we're going to start doing a video every other day until hopefully the shows pick back up in June. That's the plan. Ideally, we could do Brick World Chicago, and then there's the World War Brick event in Minneapolis before that in June. So hopefully we can have more new content there, but we'll still have lots of videos for you guys at the live streams and lots of other interviews from conventions. I'm sure we'll have set reviews. Who knows what else will pop up between now and when the shows start back up.
And Joshua, if you need me, I'm here all the time. Streaming every day. Here we go. 4 hours, no big deal. Just reach out to me. I'm there for you, my friend.
I have nothing else to do.
Wow.
So
okay. Well,
I'm basically no. I have plenty to do. But no, I was gonna say I'm basically in a chamber, just waiting to like go out to shoot and then go into action with the Beyond the Brick video. No, not quite that, but
I just want to show you something because I was looking around here, was kind of bored because of this long answer of Joshua. I saw this of my daughter. She was doing her school stuff.
So it's a pencil sharpener?
Yeah, here. It's a Ratzelfummel, as we call it in German. This is funny. Just a really, really boring story right now. Because when I was at school, we call this Ratzelfummel. It's normally a Radiergummi. So this, and we would call it like Ratzelfummel. And nobody right now, when you go to school, nobody knows what a Ratzelfummel is. You don't say this anymore. So this is kind of, again, like I'm old. But
thank you for sharing that German story with us, Andreas.
All the people from Germany was, what a funny story to share. All the others. But this is just Lego stuff lying around here.
So it's an eraser and a pencil sharpener for the non-German viewers.
I would like to have a Ratzelfummel, yeah.
I saw that comment earlier about what we think of the Fast and Furious Technic. What was it? The car. What's the name of the car? I forget. Is it a Dodge, right?
Yes, I think so. Is it is it Dom? Is that the name of the character?
Yes.
Name? Okay.
May I interrupt just for a second, Joshua? First, I have 2 questions. Should I stay? And second question, how long will this take? and go on.
So we have no idea how long this will take. We're just going to go for a while.
Until the wheels fall off.
I just have to bring my daughters to bed now. I'll be back.
Okay, sounds good.
If you say it's fine, we're good here. We don't want to hear German talking English anymore. It's totally fine. Okay, maybe I ask the viewers right now.
For as long as
should I go or should I come back?
Back.
Just leave.
You should definitely come back when you're done. You're always welcome in the live stream.
Okay, I'll be back in a second. Few minutes. See you around.
Okay, so
gotta spice it up, man.
German story time is going to be over for a little while, but so you were mentioning, Brian, it's the Dodge Charger, I believe. Was just announced like within the last few days here.
Yeah, if it looks better, would it look better as one of the cars akin to the like the London bus, or is it good as it is like a Technic set? I believe was the question.
Okay. From my personal opinion, those types of vehicles carry very little interest for me, so I don't have like a strong opinion either way, just because like the the vehicle line themes that Lego does just don't really interest me at all. I'm very much like a minifigure based fan, so that's what all of my the themes and the sets I like are all generally based around the minifigures for the most part, and what they're doing in the set. So for me, I don't really have, I guess, a strong opinion one way or another with that set because, yeah, it's just another car for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's something to having the variety in, having cars being designed in different ways.
Yeah.
I think some cars would benefit more from being in that Technic style as opposed to the, the brick built cars like we've seen before. But I haven't actually taken a close up look at this model specifically, but they usually come out with one car or one vehicle per year. And I mean, to have that variety, if you're a fan of, Dodge, or if you're a fan of the movies in general, you're going to get it and you're going to probably really enjoy it. The thing with the models themselves, either the brick built or Technic models in general, they're made to be these complex, time intensive models, Technic more so, especially. So you're going to get a lot more value out of that. I think it being a Technic set than a brick built one, but I'm not a Technic guy in general. It's way, like, I like doing Lego as like a passive thing where like I can keep my brain on but turn my brain off at the same time. Where Technic, I'm like, all right, I'm focusing on all the pins and rods and where everything goes, and yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, the Technic for me a lot of times feels like you're working on like a plastic, like a model. I don't know if you've ever built any of those before, but like they sell planes and tanks and ships and stuff like that. It just feels like you have to be so exact with it, and that to me just kind of takes the fun out of the building experience,
right?
Because it's like one tiny mistake, and 100 steps later, you realize that one pin had to be one hole over, and now it's impossible to get apart because the whole thing is stuck together so much. And
right, definitely,
yeah. I pulled up some photos here of the set we're talking about. If people have not seen this,
yeah, I think you still get the same vibe from the set. You still get the curvatures. It still looks like the vehicle that it's trying to portray. There's definitely that Technic vibe to it. You can see like the holes going through some of the, like Dan is saying right here, just too many holes in the bodywork. Would have been better with smooth panels, look more finished as a creator set. There's something to each aesthetic choice too, like that variety I think is important to have between each of the different models, especially in Technic, where you're either having this really rugged looking model that's not as smooth, like the what's it called? The big claw thing, the driller, whatever it is. It looks like a big monstrosity, like a big machine, but this you can tell looks like a very slick car. So there's something to it,
That makes sense for sure. So it looks like there's a little lever that comes down at the bottom there to raise it up. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it looks like it. And I mean, if they were going to do Fast and Furious in general, they're going to do just the cars. And who's to say this would be the only car, It's got a lot of international appeal as well. So who knows what could come of it, This could be just one thing. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah, Fast and Furious is pretty wildly popular. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're going to be, 12 movies deep before they call it? Like, that's a lot, That is certainly a lot. Not one of my favorite franchises, but,
London Bridge Brick says it looks like someone has taken a 1920s machine gun to it.
Well, then you always get some great comments. That great solid comments. On
I like how the model of the machine gun was important to the.
Yes, right. The Tommy gun. Yes.
What else did we have? Let's see.
Have you ever been to Denmark, Joshua? Is the sky blue? Is water wet? Yeah. Is grass typically green?
There we go. Yes, I have traveled to Denmark once or twice for various activities. It's always a fun time.
Cannot confirm or deny what those reasons were, but
the food is always way too expensive. But the Lego is always top shelf quality stuff, so it balances out in the end.
It's like a fine liquor. You got some top shelf Lego over there. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's
London
great.
Bridge Brick says we should do more live streams. Yeah,
Hey.
these are fun. Normally, we're traveling so much that it just isn't really feasible to do this, but it works well since we're here at home and we've got time. So we're going to be doing more of these. For anybody who's watching, we'll be doing these every Tuesday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time is the plan. So for the foreseeable future here, you can plan to tune in. We'll have builds. We'll have random guests. Brian and I will be pontificating on any number of topics, but mostly Nintendo.
It's a good word. Fancy. And I mean, I can only advocate for live streams so much, because I thoroughly enjoy them, especially with multiple people and, being on this this channel here. It's always appreciated and a good time.
Yes, for sure. And I think you mentioned a little bit, Brian, like at the beginning, but we've had a lot of people join since then. You let people know. So what is your typical what streams like? What do you do over on your channel?
So I upload playthrough videos of video games, which I don't know how much the crossover is with video gaming and Lego people. I thought it would be a lot bigger, but I'm not I don't know. So you might be interested in those. I don't do a lot of Lego content. I focus all the energy for Beyond the Brick, and it seems to be going well, so I'm going to keep doing that. I live stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday at 7 p.m., where I just play games or talk to the chat or whatever. Then Friday is Fortnite Fridays at 5 p.m., where I interact with all of you and play Fortnite with whoever ends up joining in the match. And it's a combination of me catching up with friends and whoever happens to pop by in the chat, talking about nonsense, current events, and trying to convey a positive vibe over there for sure. I've now introduced in the beginning of my streams a set of rules. That way, all the kids can stay in line. So all the toxicity or negativity, get it out of there. All right, leave it for some other stream, and not this one either. Some other stream.
Yeah. Don't come over to Beyond the Brick.
No, don't go here. No. So it's a generally good time. If you stop by and you say hi in the chat, I'll probably say hello. No, I will say hello to you, as a lot of people are from my audience that are here, like Angel Rivera, giving himself the shameless shout out. I mean, Joshua said I could do it. Angel.
I wanted
hey,
it's good. I want people to know what you've got going on, because you got some cool stuff you're doing over there.
And Angel's there pretty frequently. Eli has been in here a couple of times. A Maniac for Bricks, of course. Lots of frequent flyers at the Bricks O'Brien experience are here. So I'm glad to see that you're supporting Beyond the Brick too. Just look up Bricks O'Brien. Hey, you see the little blue guy? You see this guy right here? That's all you got to see, man. That's all you got to see. So, try to keep that brand on sleek. So on fleek, on sleek.
On fleek. Yeah, there you go.
There it is. That's what the kids say.
I like it. So check out Bricks O'Brien on YouTube. Is that the main place, or where?
Yeah, I mean, so for the live streams, I focus on Twitch. Okay. So twitch.tv/Bricks O'Brien. If you look up Bricks O'Brien, you'll see all my stuff pop up. It's fine.
There you go. That works well. Somebody else had a question. Let's see. Are we planning to visit the Netherlands in the future, like for Lego World? So I've always heard about Lego World. That's a show like John and I have always kind of had in the background a bit on like our docket for possible shows to attend. It's never worked out so far, but we definitely would like to hit that up at some point, because it's one of the few kind of big European shows that we haven't had an opportunity to visit yet. We have been to the Netherlands in the past just for fun, for travel, and enjoyed it a lot. So it'd definitely be cool to go back and see what we could check out there. But thank you for the suggestions. We're always open to new shows, and feel free to reach out if there's a show, especially international shows. Those ones are harder to hear about because maybe they're smaller and they're just starting up. So we always appreciate it when people let us know, because then we can try to work it into our travels if possible.
Someone was asking, Bricks Orion, how do you produce Lego sets right now because of the quarantine? So what I do is I smelt the plastic myself. I combine everything, and I actually have an entire molding system. There's actually another office next door. I take everything and mold it by hand, make sure I'm wearing gloves and a face mask, pour the plastic into the mold. And that's actually, I made this set right here. So I'm holding up. The plastic supply is running low. So if you have some water bottles, send them to the P.O. box, smelt it down,
He's doing whatever he can.
Yeah, right. I mean, if these Lego Mario sets don't come out quick enough, I'll just make them myself with the machines back there. Come on,
Let's see. So, Mike asks from the Cool Factor, what app are
Mike
we
who?
using?
I'm sorry.
From the Cool Factor.
The what?
The Cool Factor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes. Just wanted to let people know about
That guy. Yeah. Good guy. Good guy. I've talked to him a couple of times.
He's wondering what app we're using for streaming. So this is StreamYard. I used this for the first time during the 24-hour live stream last year and was happy with it. Yeah, there's some nice functionality. You can switch between the different windows and stuff nicely. I know there's a lot of other people who use it for things kind of more advanced. What we do with it is pretty basic here, actually. But Brian, do you use this at all, or do you use other platforms?
So I've seen so many people in the Lego realm use Streamlabs. I'm not a fan of it myself, only because it's so. I love the interactivity of it, that you can switch between different people. It basically acts as like a Skype or Microsoft Teams or whatever, and you can just invite people via a link. But in terms of like the stream capabilities, so on my stream, I have like, if you follow, then an alert pops up, and then it's like, oh, this person followed with their username and whatever. So StreamYard doesn't necessarily allow for that. I think if in combination of StreamYard with what I use, which is OBS, Open Broadcast Software, those two combined, I think would work the best, and you can get a lot more customization out of it. So I would, go with that. But in terms of, ease of access, this is totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a simple feature that are simple to use, and fun features like putting the comments on screen. I think Mike mentioned that. Things like that. You can create little banners. So let's see. Do we have? There we go. There's a little banner.
Right.
Stuff like that. So it's some fun. Like during the 24-hour live stream, we did a lot of that where we would update like how much people had donated throughout it and everything. So it's some easy to use things for people like me who aren't good with live streaming.
Yeah, totally. Some people go really all out crazy with it. It's a combination of ease of access and really getting in depth. But we'll get there as these streams progress. I feel like you raise the production value as much as we can.
I'll be a professional by the time this is
Absolutely.
all over.
We'll be pulling in 40,000 concurrent easy.
I think we've been in like the 150 viewer range most of the time here. So
cool.
Thanks for everyone who's joined us. That's a good amount of people. So yeah, thank you to everyone on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you coming in, leaving your comments, asking questions. It's a good time here. And Andreas has returned with pretzels.
Hey.
Good to see you. I'm sorry. I was just watching. Right now, the next 5 minutes, I will do the thing all the people are doing at home. Just
leaning back, chilling, enjoying the show. I like it.
Yes. As if you didn't come in with your boring background and now you're eating on camera. I mean, try to maintain some level of professionality, Andreas.
I will, Georgia. For me, if somebody would ask me, what is your biggest dream? I would say, hey, to actually join the live stream of Beyond the Brick. So I will do whatever you want. I mean, if you say, please, Andrew, stop eating, I will do.
I wake up every day hoping I get a StreamYard invite from the Hanlon brothers. Of course.
It's a coveted link, it's not easy to come by these days.
It's not for just anyone. You got to be a qualified professional eating pretzels on stream and not figuring out how to set up your camera. You got to some level professionalism.
We have a certain bar that must be met.
Right. It's just low enough that I got in. Just low enough.
Yes.
But this is something I really miss. I mean, there are not many.
While you're talking, I'm going to grab another piece that I'm missing from this set.
Okay. I was just mentioning, I miss those bakeries like we have in Europe, really bakeries where you can buy bread and stuff. This is something. But you have Lego stores all over the place, so it's a good thing too.
You'd rather pay $75 for a cookie in that case?
Yeah, but Brian, now we can actually talk. Oh no, we can. Please. Okay.
well, we'll have I'll stop by your stream. We'll have a little discussion.
We will. You're more than welcome.
Thank you, man.
You two can have a little private conversation later on.
Yes.
I'm a lot to deal with. Here's a
absolutely.
question for Andreas. Is there an English version of your impossible to pronounce site?
Yes, there is. It's assembled.
Well,
It's
no,
assembled.
like an English version of the website. Like, do you publish anything in English or no?
No, there's not. I mean, some people ask me all the time, "Hey, this would be so much fun." But I really like the relationship I have to Humilic and others. I think this is the deal. Those guys are telling all the stories in English. I do in German. But I have published some articles in English in the past, and maybe I will do more in the future. But as I mentioned before, I have two YouTube channels. So I really somehow it was really a mess because I uploaded videos in German and English, and people always shouting like, "Why are you talking English? Why English?" And now I split the channels 2 years ago. So at least there's website, there's a YouTube channel out there in English, and I mean you can easily translate the articles with Google Translator and stuff. So
That's what I have done in the past. Yeah, and it works.
And I mean,
well.
It's all about the images. I love to take images on shows and stuff. And if you really and Billund, and most of the interviews are in English as well. So even the article is in German. The video is in English. So you're more than welcome to visit my website. But right now it's all about this Beyond the Brick live stream. And the things Joshua Handling is doing, he's done.
I moved the set out of the way. About to grab a new one. I had found a couple pieces I needed, so it's coming together nicely.
I was going to say the click on your website does not discriminate between whether or not you understand, English or any other language. So as long as you go to the website and check it out, that's all that matters.
There you go. Brian knows how to do it.
Thank you so much. Brian, do you know a website? Have you been on someabout.com?
I have, yes. When there have been some images and other things on there, and that's what I'll literally do. Like when I go on my phone, it'll analyze the language right from the front, and it's like, all right, translate from German to English, and then boom, it's all done. And it's a little broken-ish, but like I get it. It's totally legible and it comes through. So that's what I do.
No, it's not. It's not. This is the way I'm writing in German.
Right? Yeah.
Your jokes are even funnier translated because then it's like that extra level of like slightly.
Yep.
So the way you write, Andreas, it's great. It's always entertaining.
Yes, for you it's fun. For me it's a nightmare. No, it's fun.
London Bridge Bricks, I think, had to get going. So thank you for joining us. If you're still around, have a nice day. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Oh, by the way, I just want to say, Joshua and John, thank you so much. And I totally understand that you cannot give me any cash, but it's good to have toilet paper again. So thank you so much for sending some of those in.
Oh,
his rate is 2 rolls per hour.
We keep the supply lines open between Germany and the US. We're doing what we can for you.
We still have something here, but kind of saying 5 more days to go, and then it's a problem.
Oh, wow.
You got taking the fabric pieces off Barracuda Bay and rationing them out.
Yes. No.
So if anybody lives in the Hamburg area and can hook Andreas up with
yes, maybe. She'll be back in stock soon, everybody's telling us. So we're good, hopefully.
John Phelps wonders if I can show some Minecraft sets. I can't. Minecraft is not something I've ever really gotten into, so I only own like a couple of them. Let's see. I actually have one up here. So you can look at Brian's until I grab this. Here, I don't know why I have this set, but I do. The top is all dusty. I think it's built. It's built inside there, isn't it? I don't even remember where this came from, but it's been sitting on the shelf. It's this one right here. I have no idea what this is because I've never played Minecraft, but
that is where the debatably the final boss of the game is the Ender Dragon. It's in the end. It has multiple Endermen on it, as well as the end portal. That is the crowning achievement for a lot of people with Minecraft playthroughs, including my own. So,
okay. So you can go check out, for if you're like me and have not played the game, you can check out Brian's videos.
Twitch.tv/bricks. Oh, Brian. The shameful plug.
Yes, Minecraft, I know a lot of people who play it, and I've heard it's great. It's just never something, I don't know. I guess it's never held enough appeal to get into for me.
Yeah, which is
I'm sorry.
No, it's interesting that you say that because we were teenagers just about when that first started coming out, and that was like sophomore, freshman year of high school when it first was starting to be a thing, and that was the place to go to interact with all my friends and all that, and we built up a kingdom, and it was a really good time.
I played Minecraft once with Joshua Hanlon in New York City. At the Lego Live event.
There was that weird, Lego. Was it Lego Live? Is that the name of the event?
Yep, that was
Lego Live. Yeah, Lego Live.
Yeah, that was strange. They just did it the 1 year. Yeah, Brian, you were there as well. Yeah. So yeah, they had a bunch of Minecraft games set up, didn't they? And we did like a run through video, and there were a bunch of kids sitting there. And I think Andreas, you tried to like, did a kid try to like explain you what they were doing or something? Something like that.
Yeah, they had.
And clearly didn't know what we were doing.
I mean, I just know jump and runs and Zelda and stuff. So it was kind of, I've never played it at home, so I cannot tell anything about it. And I actually, the thing about Lego, what I love here, I mean, you're a recognized Lego fan media. I am a recognized Lego fan media. And this is a good thing for me because I'm a Lego fan. I'm still independent and can do whatever I want. But the good thing is that I get to know many people. And I just mentioned in an article that I have never built any Minecraft set. It was any, I don't know, it wasn't Minecraft related. But because of this article, 2 weeks later, I got a set from Billund, Lego Minecraft, from the Lego Minecraft team. So this is really lovely. What I love about this community and also the relationship to Lego, that they're really pushing it and give you all the input. And I wrote about it and thought, it's a fine set, but I'm using the parts for other projects. But it's always good. And there are so many Minecraft fans out there. But if you don't play the game, maybe it's more difficult to understand what is going on.
I have never played a Mario game in my life. Just saying. Just saying.
Brian, now Joshua is somehow gone. He's muted. Oh, he's back. What is your most favorite Mario game of all time? Name one.
You talking to Joshua or me?
Always to you, Brian.
Well, so my favorite game of all time is
Mario game.
Yes. So as it is my favorite game of all time. As some of you know, probably in the chat who watch my stuff often, I often tout that a game on the Nintendo GameCube called Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is my favorite game of all time. It's an offshoot of the traditional Mario games where you're going through a various world of different environments. You're getting the 7 crystal stars to unlock the secret of the 1,000-year door. Everything is in paper form and cardboard form. So it's that art style 2.5D and RPG mechanics in it. And the humor's great. It's a really good game that still holds up. If not that, then Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch is my favorite mainline Mario game because it's just a gorgeous game. And, I've played dozens of hours and completed it multiple times, and it's perfection to me. It's beautiful. And also, so the rumor as of recently is that we're getting remasters / ports of the classic Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy. We're getting a Mario Overload. So now, especially with the Lego sets, it's all coming together, man. 2020, it's going to be a stacked year. I'm excited.
Mario 64 is awesome, but you haven't asked me, but I will just give you the information that you know what is my favorite Mario game of all time.
Yes.
Otherwise, you could not sleep, maybe, or...
No, I was going to ask you. No,
okay.
It's open panel, open for discussion.
Brian, now let's make a game here, and it's all about fun.
Yes.
I will send this blind bag to you. If you name my favorite Mario game of all time and your 3 chances, I will send this blind bag tomorrow. Is the post office open? Maybe. But otherwise, this minifig, I don't know what's inside. Just grab one. Sure. This is for you, Brian. Your 3 chances. My favorite Mario game of all time. 3 chances. Go for it.
So you'll have to autograph it when you send it. I want this to be special, if you don't mind.
You're more than welcome. If I send it to you.
Now, Now, here's the thing: is we just said that you are a spry young man, but you are of the older age demographic when it comes to video games. That has influence here.
Maybe. Who
Joshua,
knows?
I'm not kidding. This is
No, I
literally
know.
how I would
I
think of
just
this.
love,
You're right.
like
This is-
work through
this is a-
everything. Like you get like a flow chart going and like
Yeah.
Let's play a little bit Who Wants to Be Millionaire here, because
Okay.
could be, maybe, who knows?
So,
But I just give you one more information. I have every cube at home, every
console.
every console. Oh, the same in German. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna send it to a classic first. This is typically an answer that the older generation has. Is it Super Mario Brothers 3?
No.
Oh, okay.
2 to go.
All right. You're not a fair weather then. All right. Okay. Buttchop says, I hope Brian does not guess it. Shut up, Buttchop. I'm gonna get this. Don't you worry.
Brian,
By
I'm
the way-
you can do it.
By the way, if Brian didn't make it, I will send this figure to anybody else in the chat who's naming it. But 2 more to go for Brian. 2 more to go for Brian.
Wow. No hints, right? Just standard. Okay. No hints, no nothing.
Nothing, my friend.
Okay.
Nothing.
See, I'm trying to look at you to try to guess. Not that that's going to help me at all. I figure it must be some like obscure, like, oh, that's a like any Mario game like that has Mario in it, or like a Mario like made by Nintendo game.
The game is not a licensed game like Mario and Sonic Olympic games.
Sure, yeah, right.
It's from Nintendo.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Joshua. It's your live stream, but
No. This is
very
important.
entertaining.
No, this is fine. I'm gonna say Mario Sunshine.
I have to say something. This is too easy, and the answer, of course, is no.
Ah,
No.
I'm trying to think. Have you ever told me this, Andreas? What I'm trying to think what if you've ever mentioned before. If
I
can
have.
give any hints,
So please, this is not about us, Joshua. I love you. I love you, brother.
if you've
I
told
love
me,
all
I've
the
forgotten,
handlers. It's
so
the whole family. I love the whole
can't be any help
family.
here.
chat while they
Handlers,
argue,
this
help
is a
me out.
family. This is like standing there with everybody. You love everybody. You just see them and you think the handlers are great. But now to you, Brian.
Okay.
It's only one chance left. One chance, because I will send this photo back to somebody. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's somebody in the chat tomorrow, if the post office is open. But I think so. One more to go.
Is it
Just
all right,
think. Just think. Just
all right,
think.
yeah.
Because
Right,
it's your last
right.
chance. It's your last. One more shot, and then
I can't overthink it. It's like asking out a beautiful woman. I can't overthink it. I just got to spout it out. You know, I just got to,
it's
all right.
tricky.
All right, Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES.
Very close.
Ah!
Maybe.
Ah!
Who knows? But it's wrong. So it's up to the chat. First one who is naming
They've
my
guessed
favorite
a bunch.
Mario game of all time.
Yeah.
Super Mario,
if you see
Mario
it.
Kart, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Mario RPG.
So it must be the name. So it must be the real name of the game.
The full, proper capitalization, everything. Don't just spout answers. You need to type in Super Mario 64, proper, okay?
Yeah.
Children.
Because it must be the name in total. You know what I mean? The whole
Yeah.
name.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't just say Mario Kart. You got to be specific. Got to be very specific.
I recently, for the first time while people are making guesses, played the Zelda game for the I think it was the Super Nintendo system, which I never played before. Has
Link's
like
Awakening?
the round
Some
round controller.
some people will really hate me, Joshua, because again, it must be the name. It
Yeah,
must be
that's
the
okay.
name. And I
People are
haven't
guessing, so you got to
seen-
watch the chat and see if they guess it.
it's maybe a boring game, Joshua. I'm really sorry, but
We got plenty of time. Don't worry.
So I think it was A Link to the Past. I think
Yes,
is the name.
that's one of the best ones.
Yes, I just started playing that for the first time recently. So I enjoyed it. The one frustrating thing I couldn't figure out, is there any way to save the game so that it doesn't send
Yes.
it? I couldn't figure out a way to save it so that it would not send me back like super far back whenever I died.
I haven't played it fully, but that is one of the games that yes, there is a save system.
Okay.
You'll have to look it up specifically, but there is.
I did enjoy it a lot though, and I need to keep playing.
That is definitely one of the best ones for sure.
no, I think the Helens will never invite me again.
Andre, you're having fun with this one.
What is Super Mario and the 6 Golden Coins? Is that a
That's
game?
really obscure. No way.
Yeah.
That's obscure. No. That's like the Game Boy game, like, right? I think. Yeah. That's
Mario teaches typing.
that's actually one as well. That could be your favorite game. So if you say, or rather, if your favorite game of all time is some obscure, like just like nonsense title, I'm gonna be a little mad, Andres.
No, it is not.
Okay.
There can be only one answer. If you know me, and Joshua, I think
this
he
is
knows
one of our
the
first
answer.
times talking at length, so I don't know you as well. I gotta.
I'm Joshua. We've talked maybe for 5 minutes, and it was a good chat. But I'm really sorry that it was close a few times. But you really have to name the game.
You got to give hints. Okay, so people have tried. So now this is when you start giving hints, Andre.
Okay, I give one hint. There is a super within the name.
The sky is blue, Andres. What do you want people to guess? What do you want?
Now you're gonna make Brian so upset he's not gonna want to come back on.
So everybody's hating me right now. Never invite this German guy again. I'm
Well,
sorry.
when you say free stuff, everyone's like, blah, blah, blah.
It is not Super Mario Odyssey. No, it's a great game, but no.
Something called Yoshi's Cookie.
It is not Super Mario Sunshine.
Yoshi's Cookie is a game
Oh,
as well.
see, that would have been my guess. Because if you know Andreas, then anything to do with a cookie should have been your first guess.
It's not Super Mario Galaxy. Okay, one more hint. We're talking about Mario. I mean, he can do many things. He can jump around. Of course, he can hit other people. It's not Super Smash Brothers.
Okay, the next hint should be what system did you play it on?
I think ask John how many people are leaving right now the chat. you see that we are flattening the curve right now.
Yeah. What system did you play it on, Andreas? You got to.
Oh, here we go. AA Tube, congratulations! It's Super Mario Kart, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Congratulations.
Oh, he got it. Okay.
Please send your email to Beyond the Brick. Is it possible here? You have your email address?
You can just tell them your email address and they'll email
Yes,
you.
okay. I will type it. Okay, otherwise I will receive 1,000 emails. But it's AA. Here, AA Tube. AAI Tube. Okay.
There's the winning answer right there.
Congratulations.
Here we go. Super Mario Kart. Perfect. So
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I will open the chat and then you can.
What system was that for?
Again, please.
The SNES.
Okay.
Or the Super Famicom.
It's right. It's called differently.
So here's the set I'm working on now. Let's see. It's this Technic car right there.
Very cool.
So I have most of it here. I'm just trying to confirm what pieces might be missing.
All right. Congratulations.
What about Mario Hotel? Yeah, if it was some obscure answer like that, I'd be like, oh.
No. I played this game for days. I was going to sleep and still had all the tracks in my mind. It was madness. I played it for days. It was like I knew everything about the game. It's like this game is really kind of, I would say, Mario Kart are my dark ages. This is really where I forgot about everything. I haven't seen my parents in days.
That happened when I was first playing Minecraft. When I went to sleep, my dreams and everything were all in blocks. Like it all just registered that way. Like
there was one story I told my girlfriend a few days ago, and hopefully she won't tell my kids, because when I played Zelda for the Famicom Super Nintendo Entertainment System, I told my mother I have to finish the game, and she told me, we're going to visit your grandparents next weekend. And I thought, okay, this is the deal. I will stay in the room here. You will bring me the food. I will finish the game, and then I can show you. And really, I was sitting there for, 4 or 5 days in this room playing the game. My mother actually brought the meals to my room. I was still playing the game while I was eating. I finished the game. We went to my grandparents. I thought, okay, this cannot be my life. So I had done this again, because it was really like sleeping for 5 hours and playing again. And this is why I skipped the last Zelda after 5 days, because now I have 2 kids, I have a job, and I played it for 4 or 5 hours every evening. And then I saw the map, and then I kind of saw 1% of the whole area. And I thought, okay, you have to stop playing. You have a job. You have kids. You would like to see John and Joshua again and Brian. You would like to travel. You would like to earn money. You have to live your life. Otherwise, it's all gone. So really, I skipped playing Zelda after 5 days because it's such an amazing game, but I was lost. I was totally lost.
The Breath of the Wild, you mean? That's
Breath of the Wild, yeah. You played it recently, right, Joshua? Yeah.
I haven't. So I actually, a friend of mine owns the game and a Switch. I don't have a Switch. So I go over and hang out with him, and then we play together. Or well, he's actually beat the game already. But he enjoys it so much that he loves watching me play it and like helping me out, especially with the shrines, the puzzles. I'm off with those. And this particular friend is actually a computer science professor, so he just gets great enjoyment from watching me fail at those puzzles and time and time again. But yeah, it's fun to go over and do that. And so I've been playing through it. I have one divine beast left to get, the one that flies. I think it's like a bird or something.
Josh, you did it in the wrong order.
Did I? Okay, that's how I ended up doing it.
Yeah, so I always go for that one first when I've done my 2 playthroughs of it. My most recent playthrough, I did all the shrines, I did everything. And that one, do you know what the ability is, what you get?
I think I saw. Yeah, I think I saw somebody use it somewhere. It's like it lets you fly higher or something.
That one is the best one to get first in the game, because when you have low stamina, you can't climb anywhere, so you just jump, you fly up, and you navigate a lot easier. But
well, it's too late now.
You'll just have to play it again and find out. Oh.
I'm really sorry, Joshua. I think that the people are beginning to hate me because I think I skipped this whole Minecraft thing and start to talk about Mario. The people would love still to talk about Minecraft, so it was my fault. So I don't know anything about Minecraft.
No.
It's okay.
The kids in the chat can listen to the old people talk about Mario. Okay, it's fine.
It's John Phelps is the only person who keeps bringing up Minecraft in the chat.
Well, you know what, John? How about you chill? All right, relax, buddy. Calm down. There's plenty of Minecraft. You can boot up Minecraft right now and play it. You know what I mean? The creeper's right off screen over here. Okay, he's there. He's chilling.
I had a lot of trouble in Breath of the Wild with the desert. The guy you fight after you get through the desert divine beast. The guy you fight at the end.
Yes,
very difficult. I had to stop, go out and gather a bunch of shields and weapons, and then come back. That was the hardest challenge of the game so far for me.
Yeah, so you need to use magnetism on that one to grab the pillars.
I did that. Yeah, I did that, and then he would come down and start fighting me again, and yeah, it just took a while.
Yeah, because you gotta basically have a bunch of shields so you can yeah.
Everybody who's listening right now, I'm 40. If you would like to play video games, play it now. Play as long as you can. Enjoy playing video games when you're 20, when you're 18,
enjoy life
16,
before it all hits.
Enjoy life.
Look at
Enjoy
this.
life.
Look at this life advice Andreas is dishing out. I mean, you can't get this from any other stream.
Okay,
Nope.
here's the true answer. I had the Switch at home. Whenever I try to play, there are 2 other people around me who would like to join me. So it's lovely, and they're still growing. And but
They're still.
to
So
play,
I gotta interrupt you there.
to play
So
a game with a kid who's not so old, not going to school, it's kind of tricky. So again, if you enjoy to play video games, play it now.
here's a comment from Angel. What I'm wondering what games I play, or am I not really a gamer? So I would not call myself a big gamer. My gaming is in spurts. So typically how I'll do it is I'll go like months with playing hardly anything, and then I'll have a break. Typically it's a break because we aren't traveling, and I'll play maybe a bunch for a couple weeks or a month or something, and go through a couple different games or something, and then not do it for a while. So that's typically how so it's not like a continuous thing for me, because with the travel that we're normally doing, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah,
But there are games that
traveling, you can buy yourself a Switch.
What was that?
All the money you're saving on traveling right now, you could buy yourself a Switch.
Oh, that's a valid point. Yes, I've had a number of people who've told me I should get one, and
I'll be another one of them.
There's Breath of the Wild is on there, and then now it sounds like Animal Crossing is something I need to get in on.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is like a lifestyle game. You can't really be done with it because there's all events throughout the year. But if you want an experience that is bite-sized, even more bite-sized than Breath of the Wild, go with Mario Odyssey. Absolutely.
Okay. I've heard of that as well, yes. So many good games.
The more I hear you talk about how you don't play video games, just makes me that much more qualified to review the Mario sets when they come out, you know?
Oh, right. I had no interest in reviewing those.
No interest,
I mean,
Josh.
I just don't have that connection to Mario.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Or like a serious fan does. So
Yeah.
it would be lost on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good advice by Mike Flint here. And this is what I've done. I've never sold any of my Lego. It's still there. And it's so good to see all your old Lego sets. So if you're getting older, if you have your dark ages, if you have kids, new job, just leave your Lego back somewhere in another room, and then you will enjoy those Lego sets when you're getting older. So this is exactly right. Don't sell your sets.
Lots more life pro tips over at zungabout.com.
Every day. I'm sorry.
How did we digress so much? Bring back the Lego building? Well, Lynn, listen, this is what this is. You know, you show up. So I describe my live streams, for example, as like, you know, you go to a restaurant and you don't know what the chef is going to bring out for you, but whatever the chef is going to bring out, you're going to like it. You know what I mean? And that, I feel like that's the vibe that is being conveyed right now. We don't know what's going to happen. All right, you want to see Lego? There it is. It's right there. A little blurry, but there it is. You know? So hey, that's what ends up happening. And to be fair, this is tying in because Lego and Nintendo are working together. So we're still on brand. Still beyond
Exactly.
we're beyond the brick. We're talking about Nintendo. Boom. There we go.
Brian, may I ask, how old are you?
24.
Oh my goodness.
You sounded so shocked. You're like, what?
24 years, my goodness.
Yeah. Do I look younger or older?
You look like 24. You look like you're right there. It's this life. 24 is life.
There we go. Yeah. Like I've already thought of like how much I've done already in my life, all the conventions I've gone to and all the different things that I've done. I'm like, man, I don't know, like what would I do at 40? Like you just keep going? Like what do you do to keep yourself busy? You kids? Like what else? Well, like clearly you know, you got it.
Clearly there's one or two things to do.
Yeah, right, exactly. Loopy Show is asking Andres, how do you pronounce your name? I think it's just Andres, right?
I'm back. Yes, it's called there are different ways. I would say it's Andres. So Andres. Some people are calling me Andres. So like the short way, but typically it would be Andres. Yeah, that's the way people are calling me if they like me. If they hate me, they just
There's various
call me
other names.
creep or you know. So your plan is, Joshua, to do this now with different people. It's always Brian and guests like me every week.
Yes, tune in 1 p.m. Eastern time every week. Brian and I will be here, and various other people will be stopping by.
Awesome stuff. Awesome
I'll be learning about Nintendo. That's my main goal from these streams. It's kind of like how I forced Kevin to explain Pokemon to me for a half an hour on our Philly Brickfest live stream last year.
I could do that for a couple hours myself. Don't you worry.
I've just gotta pick up on all these things that I have fallen behind on.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got all the historical things that you're into, which is good. You know, balances it out.
This car is very cool.
That's a huge car. Jeez.
It is a massive, it's one of their very big Technic cars they made back in I want to say this was like late, 79.
And you had some of that pre-built already, or?
Yeah, I did have a lot of it. So I was just going through and putting it together to see where pieces are missing so I can make a note of them.
Cool. Let's see. How long is this going for? I've always said until the wheels fall off, but do you have an actual time, Joshua?
We probably could set an actual time. So we've been going for 2 hours now. Probably like 4 hours, so maybe about 5 o'clock is my thought. If we need to end earlier or we can, but that's probably my thought. I would say roughly 4 hours.
I usually dip out on my streams when I'm not, because it's usually just me. So like when I'm not, when my energy is drained or the conversation starts to like slow down a little bit, I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. But the fact that we got 3 people here right now, that's a solid crew to
right.
It is.
You don't want to overdo it either. You want to make sure you pace yourself out and all that.
I will stay for 15 more minutes because then I have to prepare my daily late night show, which is the new big thing here in Germany.
The new big thing.
So we're streaming live every evening, every night. And by the way, if you would like to see John as well, he will be on camera in 2 days.
That's what the fans really want.
I tell you, Josh, this is because it's all about, it's professional. John is professional.
Yes.
And you have this given energy. It's like you just be there in the room and everybody knows Joshua Hennon's there. But beyond the brick, without John, it's not possible.
It's very true.
Definitely a package deal. Now let's see. Angel says Brian shouldn't judge you for not playing video games. He's only played 2 Zelda games, which is true. That's very true. I am not the biggest Zelda fan. Breath of the Wild is, as I've said to you plenty of times, Angel, a unique anomaly for me. But I'll be playing more for sure.
Jeff just gave $2 here in the chat, so thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that.
Excellent.
We'll put that money to good use covering conventions whenever we're allowed to leave the house again.
Or buying a Nintendo Switch, whichever.
Well, that too, yeah. That chat from now on, throughout the weeks of these live streams, we hope to get enough money to buy a Nintendo Switch.
There we go.
Andres, before you go, please name the worst Lego comparable non-Lego brand you can think of. As I mentioned earlier, maybe you haven't been there in the chat. I'm a Lego fan, and I haven't built any set of any other brand. It's like, I don't know, maybe you know this feeling that you, for example, I'm like this brand guy. I have only Nintendo consoles at home. So it's like, for me, it's Lego. I could name a few. I've seen some sets at toy fairs. I know some friends of mine are building a set from another brand, but I really have only built Lego sets for 38 years now, maybe. So I cannot name any other brand because I haven't built any of those yet. So it's up to them. It's good that there are many brands out there, but I'm a Lego fan. So this is what I do. Yeah.
There you go. The Loopy Show says I will donate $400 for you. You know, if you donate $400, I will buy a Switch, and then I can know what Brian is talking about.
Right, and Loopy Show, considering you're from my end of the internet, where's the $400 for me, bro? Come on, these guys live stream twice a year. You're here in my stream every other day. Come on, what's the deal?
It's the scarcity, Brian, is what brings people out.
Jeez, goodness gracious.
Oh man,
we have to meet again in person. I mean, this is someday, maybe in 4 years. I don't know.
I think it'll happen before
Andreas,
4 years.
I'm always telling you, you got to think more positive, okay?
Yeah, I will. You live only once. What more to say?
Ant McCloud loves his Halo Mega Blocks. That, hey.
Have you seen the video we did at Jang with his massive Halo room? He has a really incredible, by far the biggest collection of that stuff I've ever seen.
I saw it years ago in a video he did.
Oh, okay.
I did not catch the video you guys did, though.
It's a couple years old now. It was the first time we went to his house. He took us in his Halo room.
Nice.
Andres, do you not want to meet Brick O'Brien? Trust me. You do not want. Who's Brick?
So wait, you're saying, Andres, you do not want to meet Bricks O'Brien? Trust me. He's talking about me.
This is you, right?
Yes. Butt Chop is talking about me. I've met Butt Chop before, and we've had very positive interactions. I don't know if your opinion has changed, Butt Chop, but I think you're cool. So
I've met Brian twice. It is always a good day when I meet Brian.
The sun was shining bright that day whenever I got a chance to talk to Andres.
The sun is shining.
Somebody's wondering what I'm building. So it's this Technic car. There we go. And actually it's pretty amazing. So it's got like the sort of like pistons in the engines. It's got like various steering levels. You can steer the wheels back and forth. So this had quite a lot of playability in it for its day.
A quick update. I just received a message from a good-looking but angry-looking person that my children are still out there and she tried to enter the room. No. So I should be more quiet. I think.
Okay.
But I'm fine. I'm still here. I'm good. What I have in mind, Joshua, there's one thing we have to do. Just give my thought here. It's so good to see Brian and other people out there. But my dream is that we could meet in this scenario here, the one and only Jane. This is my dream.
You mean like in a live stream?
In a live stream, yeah. We're doing a live stream together with.
We're trying to work that out.
This is my dream. Best wishes to Jane.
Because Jang is starting some live streams himself. He said he's planning to do some of that, and so I think we're hopefully at some point we'll get him in here once he's set up, because we'll be doing this for a while here. So hopefully, future episode.
And you know me, Joshua. There's nothing in the world who could split us. It's like
right. I know you don't actually care about me, but you just use me as an avenue to get to Jang.
Just give me this little example. If you're doing a live, and this sounds wrong. It's like I'm more smiling now. If you're doing a live stream with Jane and didn't invite me, we're not friends anymore. I'm just kidding. No, it's Jane is.
I'll make sure to send you the link so you can watch.
Right. There it is.
Yes, thank you so much.
Out of all the people I've met in the Lego sphere, I have not met him. He's one of the only ones I have not met.
I keep trying to encourage him to go to shows, and maybe someday he'll go out to more conventions, but he doesn't go out and go to conventions. So yeah, it's hard, but hopefully maybe some point in the future he will.
For me, it was so good. I mean, actually, first time I met Joshua, this was fun because I've seen your videos for several years. But last year, it was so much fun to meet Jason Ellman for the first time. And it's always good when you meet a person and you see, hey, he's really this cool guy. And so Jason is great too. So for me, it's actually Brickstar. He was in the chat. I haven't met Brickstar. Should be a good day if I meet him one day too. But yeah, I mean, Jane is. I love his city, so this would be cool if I meet him one day. I can wear a red shirt and go to his house and do this 1 hour tour. I can do this. It's no big deal for me.
Brickcat was asking, does Andres have a YouTube channel?
I do. I have 2 YouTube channels. Maybe John is so kind, if you would have to do it, but put the address. So there are 2, Zusammengebaut and Zusammengebaut. The English one is the Zusammengebaut. So only YouTube/Zusammengebaut.
There you go.
That's
I don't know if John
main-
is still in the chat or not.
my main
but
channel.
People can check it out.
If not, it's totally fine. But this is the channel. I'm doing some crazy stuff as well.
Let's see. We have Ant McLeod said, I've seen this guy in the middle before. Hi, Ant. a lot of people from my corner. So thank you for showing up and being on the Brick live stream. You know,
we appreciate it. It's always nice having new folks joining us.
Yeah. These guys are top tier Lego content. I do not do nearly as much at all. So yeah, keep tuning into these guys and for Andres as well.
That's right. Here's a question from Rainbow Unicorn. What's the most expensive Lego set you've bought? I'm trying to think of. So Lego will send us sets for various things.
Yeah, you have less of a way to judge that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a set I bought myself though. Had the most I've spent on something.
Yes, and I can give you my answer, but by the way, what Estremos is writing is wrong. This is the right. So YouTube, you would my most expensive set of all time is the roller coaster, the Creator Expert one. I think this is 330 in Europe, and this was, I think, the most expensive set I've bought on my own. Of course, we're sending some copies too from Lego, which is always good because I cannot buy every set on my own. But the roller coaster was really expensive. It's a lovely set, but I think this should be the most. Yeah, I think so. So for me, the roller coaster.
I'm looking around here. So yeah, the Star Destroyer is one that I got from you guys, or rather from Lego and all that. But I didn't buy that. So the Death Star, I ended up redeeming a ton of VIP points on, like the newer one, and I got it for like a grand total of $15. So it was technically the most expensive. I've done a lot of like big hauls, but like one set, I guess it's the Death Star, but I only paid that much. So I mean, I don't know. Otherwise, probably Hogwarts Castle, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
sorry, I bought the Hogwarts too. I think this is more expensive. I'm sorry, the big Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. I think this is more expensive. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Joshua. Yeah,
that's fine. I tend to not buy super expensive sets, and like I said, Lego will send us stuff a lot, so that's typically
humble brag.
Looking past that, probably like a modular building, so maybe like $150, something like that would probably be the most I've ever spent on a set myself. Yeah, a lot of the sets, like growing up, were in the $100 or less price range. So I didn't typically get a lot of the big sets.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not possible. I think because if it's an address, I cannot type the whole address in your chat. But 2 people ask, it's right. It's Zusammengebaut. You can just look and search for it, so it's totally fine.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 more minutes to go. Then I have to prepare my awesome late night show. Thank you so much for having me. It was really fun to talk to you for 2 hours here. And
thanks for joining us. It's always good to chat with you.
If there is once a time you're looking for somebody who brings some light into such a chat room, just call me and I'll be there.
The only obligation is you need to have something a little more interesting for a background next time. Just a little bit. A little more color, a little more something.
You have to join from the studio, or else you aren't allowed to join at all.
I have some pens, so I can begin right now. So
There you go.
Also, if we get Jang on, you have to promise that you don't spend the entire stream taking him through your city in your studio.
I won't do this. No. It will be. So again, this is Joshua before I leave, and it's hard to say goodbye. It's really hard for me, but we have to meet Jang, and when I say we, I'm in.
Right, I've met him. So I'm not concerned.
No. Yes, I'm sorry. And the shirt is also
no more
white,
white
so
t-shirts. Okay, so
I'm sorry. So
I know you've got Beyond the Brick merch there somewhere you should be wearing.
I will. So thanks again to my girlfriend. There's still 2 kids out there in Slade, so we'll tell them you have to go to sleep now. Stop playing video games. It was so much fun to talk to you. Best wishes to John. If he's still alive and there somewhere. And I'm looking forward to see you again whenever you want me to back. And everybody in the chat, was fun talking to you. Stay safe, everybody, and best wishes from Germany. We'll see you again.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you later, Andres.
Bye.
Bye.
There we
What
go.
character. Great man. Great time. No, he's awesome. He's wicked. He's so tall.
Oh yes, yes.
Giant dude.
Him and Boone get together, and they're both way taller than me, and I just feel intimidated.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get another Germany story, Angel, before heading out there. I'm sure there's plenty.
Oh, there is a unlimited well of German stories to pull on.
Yeah.
Somebody Absolutely. Asked Mr. Mox Productions, what do you think the odds are that Brickworld Chicago happens this year? So at this point, I think it will, but there's always the possibility that this whole craziness continues and it can't happen. But I think the organizers are continuing at the moment as if it's going to happen. So nothing's been canceled or anything like that. So hopefully it all works out, and that would be kind of the next big show that we can hit up here. That's certainly my hope at this point. But
yeah, so the way that things are looking, the way that they're going about it, at least in Boston, is they're doing a situation where they're not canceling things about a month or a month and a half in advance. They're going a bit, more like hour by hour, week by week situation. So I wouldn't anticipate seeing a cancellation of that specifically until but it happens in middle of June, right?
Yes.
I would say early May, you would probably hear whether or not. I mean, I don't know at all. I'm just guessing from a convention standpoint, but I know at least from, and it's a much smaller scale, but E3, the big gaming convention out in Los Angeles, that was canceled 3 weeks ago, and that is in mid-June as well. So things like that, you're going to wait a little while before you hear anything. The way that it's going in Boston, it's like I can't. The light at the end of the tunnel isn't quite there yet for like a month, but if schools are out until May 1st at this point, by where we are, it's yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Probably about a month ahead is when they'll make an official announcement for Brickworld. So hopefully by middle of May things are dying down enough and the show can continue.
Fingers crossed, which is why you should stay home, sanitize your hands, don't lick windows, and be good. All right.
Yes. Listen to Bricks O'Brien, everyone. There's 127 viewers right now. Pay attention. You're
don't
already
lick
doing
windows, children.
If you're watching the stream, then you're probably already at home, so that's a good start.
Yep. Stay there.
I think I've got this set pretty much good to go.
Nice.
I'm only missing a couple of Technic pieces, I think.
I do have my plane here. It is done.
There you go.
Nice. I always just build the front model on the box. I'm not a very good Lego builder, No,
that's fine. It's a great looking model.
Yeah, totally. What is your rarest? I was gonna say, what is your rarest Lego item you know? No, what is your rarest Lego item you own? Question to both of you. I can grab that in a hot second if you want to answer that one, Joshua.
Yeah. Yep, I will. Let's see. So, rarest Lego item I own. So for me, it'd definitely be something that's like given to me by a fan. Unless I guess does the the question, does it have to be an official Lego item? That would be different. I guess there's kind of two categories of like official made by the Lego company and then just a Lego related item that someone has made. For something made by the company, I'm trying to think what it would be. I don't know. There's various things on the background here. What is the rarest Lego thing? So Brian, for your thing, is it something made by the Lego company or just
Yes.
something? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you go ahead and show that, and I'll think about what this might be for me.
So I have had the distinct honor and privilege of acquiring these via any means of the internet, right? And this is by far the rarest thing I have that is objectively rare, that doesn't hold sentimental value as much. These two bad Larrys right here.
Oh.
The Toy Fair Iron Man and Captain America.
Very nice.
Stand from Wicked Brick over in the UK, which is pretty good stand company there. But yeah, these two are the rarest for sure.
So those were given out at Toy Fair in New York?
2012, before the official release of
Wow.
of the line. Yeah.
Toy Fair has certainly gone downhill a lot, and when you consider they were giving those out at one point.
I mean, yep. Yep. I mean, yep. So hey, but if I can do a side tangent here, my favorite Lego item is actually this right over here. Hold on. So, let's see. My favorite Pokemon is Piplup from Generation 4 of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And this is a Lego Piplup model that was designed by an AFOL out there, Mike Nieves, I believe, Nieves, had it commissioned by him, and it's absolutely stunning. The build techniques in this thing are off the charts, and I can't conceive how he did this, but it's gorgeous. And
it looks amazing, yeah.
Literally put this in the casket with me when I'm gone. I love it so much. So that's my favorite.
The base, is that kind of like some sideways building? It looks very smooth, and yeah, that's a really nice looking base for it.
Yeah, so it's all a whole iceberg there, sideways builds. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Perfect.
What about you?
So yeah, I'm trying to think. So a lot of the stuff I have behind me here is like a lot of fan made stuff. So I'm trying to think of official. Here's one thing I grabbed. This was from the Lego House fan pre-opening. Wow, they gave these out when they first did the first grand opening. So stuff like that is relatively rare. What else? Various like 1x8 printed bricks from different events that are kind of rare. That might be about it.
You can do something that isn't made by Lego, like if it's rare, like.
Yeah. Like there's one of my this is one of my favorite Lego things I've ever gotten. It's not made by Lego, but I'll show it off here because I think it's really cool, and it was given by a fan. 1 second, I'll grab it here.
Sure. Let's see.
So
yeah, there's a lot of Lego stuff.
This is it's hard to it's there. What's the easiest way to get a shot?
Yep, there you go.
So this was made by a guy named Ashley Glennon, who's a builder out in the West Coast, Seattle area. He calls this his minifig museum of modern art.
Okay.
And there you can see it. And so this is like he makes these really cool cases like this, and then sets it up like a modern art museum with Lego. And we interviewed him years and years ago on the podcast, and he sent this to me, and I've always thought it was really cool. And it's just an awesome looking display piece with like the fancy black case. It's very museum-esque from that perspective. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite pieces I've had here for a while now. This is also very cool. Fan made. This is a builder here actually in Indiana. And he gave this to us. It's us interviewing him about his castle build.
Nice.
The mic and that. That's a fun one.
I like the one that it was you guys interviewing someone about a mock about you guys interviewing someone about a mock. That one, I was like, that's primo. That's perfect.
The builder of that at Bricks Cascade actually gave us the brickheads from that.
Oh, that's
build.
awesome.
So there we go.
That was I saw that. I'm like, man, that's meta. That's great.
Brian, I believe is the builder's name of that. He's done some funny stuff. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, so there's just all sorts, and then little convention kits and stuff like that that are fun. A lot of that. So we did a tour of the studio last year for one of our 500,000 subscriber special videos that shows a lot of those little things. So if people want to see more of that, then they can check out the studio tour. We talk a lot about the different builds and things we have on display here. Then there's the yellow castle. I do have that back here. Whoops, it's hard to see. There we go. So that's a rarer set. It's cool.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one in the same vein as Barracuda Bay. If they were to do like a remaster, reimagining update, like that would be a cool one to see. Of like if they did all the iconic, the one that so the set that was a gift with purchase that they had all for the the monorail, that that whole thing. Yep, that right there. So they did one of them. Now with the Barracuda Bay, if they did the castle and the monorail and the, hey, I'm just saying, that'd be cool.
There you go.
In some sort of way,
Yeah, I agree. That set was very cool. I think Lego did a really good job with that, capturing the essence of those builds on like a micro scale level.
Totally. And just so you know, yeah, Butt Chop, we are reading the chat. We just won't read it aloud if it's necessarily like a comment, like someone saying, wow, it's like we don't, trying to ask or see the questions and all sorts of other things and keep the conversation going. Like Mabs asking if we build life-size Lego creations. Unless you want to send me the money to do so, then no.
Yeah, not doing any life-size builds.
No, not quite.
Here's the next build I'm launching into here. Let's see. It's just another space. There we go. The Alpha.
Where do you get these sets from?
So this was a lot on Craigslist I bought years ago, and it was kind of, I think I was like doing college and stuff at the time, so I bought it. It was a really good deal, and I knew I would want the sets, but I just didn't want to commit the time to sitting down and going through all of them. And so they kind of sat for years, just storage to the side, and now that I'm at home a lot, stuck at home, this is a good opportunity to go through all these. So I'm going through all of them, making sure the pieces are there, or if it's missing pieces, noting it down, and then I'll go on Bricklink and try to complete them. And most of them I'll probably resell. I might save some that are more interesting, but a lot of them I think I'll probably end up selling.
Yeah. I haven't. Oh, go ahead.
It's fun it's also fun just to mess around with these old sets and see what the pieces were like and everything.
Yeah. I have unfortunately no connection. I envy those that do, that seeing the sets with such a nostalgia. But yeah, just not my era, unfortunately. Yeah, Butt Chop was asking a question pertaining to the Lego house opening set. I'm gonna try to find it.
Oh, okay. Did I miss that? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. The font on StreamYard cannot be enlarged, which is very not helpful, but that's okay. That is quite okay. I can't seem to find it just scrolling through. If you want to reiterate that, Butt Chop, well, I'm sure he'll answer it, no problem.
Yes, I'm happy to if there's a question.
What's your favorite Lego Star Wars UCS set? The objectively correct answer is the Slave One.
Oh, I don't think I've ever owned any of the Slave One sets.
Really?
Yeah.
You run a Lego YouTube channel, and I'm seeing a lot of things you haven't done, Josh.
I kind of have the outside of the themes that really appeal to me, I don't typically pick up a lot of sets. So the ones that I had growing up, like Pirates, Imperial, Western, that stuff, I have a lot of that stuff. But if it's a theme that doesn't interest me too much, then I don't typically pick it up just kind of for the sake of having it or anything like that. Yeah. Unless it's something that's like a unique set, like this stuff behind me here, like Lego House or whatever. But yeah, for UCS sets, I mean the latest Millennium Falcon would have to be my favorite of the ones. I haven't actually built a lot of the big UCS Star Wars sets, but I have built that one, and it's spectacular, just like you would expect.
Absolutely.
From that set. So that would be my answer.
Yeah, I like building the Star Destroyer. It's very gray, which is par for the course. That's what it is, you know.
Yes.
But the Slave One is just a cool looking ship in general. The Falcon is on the wish list. Who knows, you know? Yeah, Butt Chop, you can understand the being a stream MC with the chat is very, it can be challenging at times. You know, we're doing our best. We're doing our best. That's all you can hope for, right?
Yes, you know, we try. That's all we can say.
Yeah, of course. Again, this is going until the wheels fall off. It could be in 20 minutes. It could be, 3 hours from now. Who knows? You know. Ant McLeod only buys the Lego Creator Expert building, and that's a good thing to do if you want to pace yourself and not get too in depth. If you're like, all right, I'm gonna get one thing and leave it at one thing, and that's my thing. You know, if you stray too far from that, then you're filing for foreclosure. You'll a lot of people, a lot of money. It's not great.
Get involved in mob activity,
right? And then your car ends up like the Dodge with the 1920s bullet holes in it. It's not good.
Oh man.
But I actually I forget who said it to me, but I was talking with a couple of people and thinking about how Star Wars was and still is the thing for a lot of Lego builders, especially through, I feel like, the mid 2000s into mid 2010s.
Right.
How that is like a golden era of Star Wars sets. And, the newer movies have been what they have been, whether you like them or love them. I like them. So,
oh no.
I mean, but that era was so important, and especially like Ninjago for like a whole generation, that I think personally this next generation of Lego builders is really going to gravitate towards Super Mario. Maybe that's my own bias, but if you look at, a lot of the highest grossing intellectual properties of all time, Mario is up there. Pokemon is number 1. I think Hello Kitty's number 2. I think.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like Star Wars and Disney, and like Disney in general, I think they classify Star Wars as different from Disney, and Marvel, whatever. They're actually a bit lower. So I think that could reach a whole new audience and really gravitate toward that way. So like if you're sick of, Star Wars stuff, or you're like, all right, you want some variety, I think that you're going to see a lot more new ideas coming out of Nintendo and Mario. Just, again, probably personal bias, because we have seen a lot of X-Wings and a lot of B-Wings and A-Wings and, wing dings and ring-a-ding-dings and ding-dongs, all the all the things, all the different ships. So you're going to get the variety, I think, with the Mario stuff.
My biggest complaint with Star Wars is the re-releases. I don't know. To me, I get, if you want the Star, you want the X-Wing or whatever, okay, so you release it, but just continue to do it again and again is just crazy when there's so many possibilities for themes and other things they could be working on. And I guess it's popular and they want, each new kid's coming in to have their X-Wing and improve it, but still, as a longtime fan, I just think it's kind of crazy how they keep releasing some of those sets again and again.
So the issue to me is Star Wars, when you're developing something for a new movie, you're getting conceptual images, which can change drastically by the time the movie comes out. You're seeing that same issue with Marvel and the Marvel sets, where, a lot of the things do not pertain to the film at all. You get scenes that don't matter from the Lego sets to the movie. But I think the golden line to stand by, in my opinion, for how to do a Lego theme perfectly and get all the sets that you need, the figures, and capture the scenes and the vibe that you want to, is Harry Potter of the newest iteration. There's no set of that bunch where you're like, that doesn't really make sense to pertain to the movie. It's all perfect. Like, to me, that just captures everything. You can combine all the different sets for the Harry Potter, the castle. You get all the figures you could possibly want. And then, especially if there's a wave 2 and more minifigures that come out, like, it's done so perfectly that if Lego actually waited until all these movies were out and then developed the sets, I think you get a lot more variety. It's just that, they're basing it off of, stuff that's not even out yet. So if they were to do Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith again, you would get probably a lot better, quality out of the sets because it's been established what the original material is,
Right. No, that's definitely true. I mean, they certainly do improve stuff as time goes on.
Yeah. So I can understand the frustration with Star Wars. Part of it is just because it's still in development. People don't know what's going to stick, what's going to not,
Mm-hmm.
Angel asking, how much longer are you going to be here? I've got to go and take. Okay. And we'll be back. Okay. So you can go do whatever you got to do, Angel. We will be here, as I have kept saying, till the wheels fall off or until Joshua is sick of hearing me talk. And then we'll be gone. And then I can take a nap. So that'd be great. Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see. Anything else? Cool Factor still here. Oh, hi. Hello. Homework mock. Tell us what to build today from Electrician Free in the chat. Tell you what to build. Build whatever embodies the word happiness to you, whether that be, a Twinkie or a model of your loved one, your children, your dog, whatever makes you happiest.
Those
make
two
a
are
mock of
mutually
that.
exclusive. Twinkies
Yeah.
and loved ones.
Oh yeah. Whatever makes you happy, send that over to either at Bricks O'Brien or at Beyond the Brick.
Yes.
Is it Beyond the Brick TV on Twitter or is it Beyond the Brick?
I think it's just Beyond the Brick.
It is Beyond the Brick. Okay, on Twitter or Instagram, reach out. That is your assignment for today, chat. All right. And now, because you brought it to my attention, I will assign a homework mock of the stream. Okay. Well, I'll try to feature. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the helm on this one, Joshua. All right. The great idea. We're gonna look over the mocks in the next week. So everyone, listen up. Whatever makes you happiest. Okay. Do that. Reach out to us on Twitter, social media, whatever. I'll round them up. We'll go over them. All right. Keep it PG. All right, kids. Good. Cool.
Sounds good. Yes.
And Dan, yes, the Facebook comments are still coming through. Of course, we're seeing you. We hear you. Well, we don't hear you. We see you. What other Nintendo theme do you want in Lego? Well, I have to use the facilities before I dive into that one because I could do an hour and a half on just that. So you got to keep the people busy while I be right back, Joshua.
I can do that. Let's see. Yeah, we've got both Facebook and YouTube comments coming in. So thank you to everyone who's joined us on both platforms. We've had a good number of viewers. We've been over 100 viewers this whole time. London Bridge Bricks is surprised we're still going. That's right. We aren't sure what we're doing either, but we're here. So we're going to keep going for a while. Probably for about another hour and a half, roughly. Have you guys ever done your own custom sets? Does that mean like mocks, like a custom creation? A lot of people have done those for like Marvel and Ghostbusters, DC, those themes you mentioned. I have not done a lot of building in those themes, but people definitely have. Let's see. Somebody wants to do a Lego version of Mordor from Lord of the Rings. Where do you recommend to start? I'd look at pictures, screenshots from the movies. That's where people always start with builds like that. That's always a good place to start. We've got Doc in the chat. Oh, Doc Sampson, glad to have you with us. It's been a while since the 24-hour live stream. Andrew asked the opinion of Snot, which is Studs Not on Top technique. I think it's amazing. A lot of incredible builds incorporate Studs Not on Top building. Brian was showing his Pokemon build earlier that has some of that in the base and the way that came together. So you can create really smooth features. These old space sets have zero, like hardly any snot building in them. So there's a lot of exposed studs. But yeah, if you want something looking really smooth, then building bricks on the side. You see that a lot with city layouts, with roads and stuff like that that are done with snot, and then the road looks really nice. Wyatt asks, can you please tell me what's going on? I have no idea what's going on here. London Bridge Brick says there's a lot of cool YouTubers in this chat. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad people can join. Let's see. Any other questions? Set these instructions to the side. What are you building? So here's what I can show what I'm building here. I think I briefly showed it earlier. There you go. It's the Alpha 1 rocket base. It's got one of these cool raised moon base plates.
And I'm sure you saw that Mike wants to join the stream. Do you see that, Joshua?
Oh, I did not see that. I think
Yes.
I think I missed that.
Send the invite to Mike, please. Get him in here.
He should have. I think.
All right, Mike, it's your fault. Get on in here, man.
Let me check the email here. Yes, Mike, you have an email with the link, so feel free to pop on in whenever. So I'm happy. I think most of these sets so far have only been missing like 1 or 2 pieces.
That's good.
Just
Are any of them discolored or no?
Some of the white ones, yes, yeah, because they're quite old. So some of the white ones,
kind of par for the course, I feel like.
Yes, it is. But for the most part, it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's good. So, there was a question before, just to keep a topic of conversation going about, what a Nintendo Lego line, could look like. Funnily enough, I did an entire podcast about this very recently. So if you want to check that out on the channel, go on. But I think that the possibilities between Lego and Nintendo are literally endless, to the point where I could easily see 4 bays of sets in a Lego store and being as made a big of a deal as Star Wars eventually. It's got so much of a reach between, people who are, 50 all the way up to age 6. It doesn't matter. It's been around long enough, and it's justified in being as popular as it is. And, you could do an R-Wing for Star Fox in a $20 set. You could do a $60 set with Samus's gunship with Ridley, and it's literally endless. So I think seeing what comes out of 2020 is going to set the way for what happens in the future. And I'm just thankful that I can breathe the air of this beautiful world and keep the heart beating enough to see it and hold it in my hands, whether it's early through Beyond the Brick or on the shelves at the Lego store, man. Whatever comes first.
Yes, I'm glad you're here to experience this as well, because I look forward to experiencing it along with you and seeing it.
It's literally what I've thought about since my childhood. Like the 2 things that I've wanted the most, like, people in my chat were like, "Oh, Brian, you're kind of overreacting to this or whatever." And I'm like, I've thought about this being a thing since before you were a glimmer in your parents' eye on that Tuesday afternoon. Okay, shut up. I can have this. Okay. So I've been so excited for this.
Well, then in that case, here's a good question for you from London Bridge Bricks. So they're asking. So I guess basically, if there's someone who's never played Nintendo, what is like some good games to sort of get introduced? I'm assuming on the Switch, or would that be the go-to platform these days?
Yeah, so the Switch is the perfect marriage between a game console and a handheld, where you're getting a console quality game on a mobile device that you can take wherever you want to. It has good battery life and automatically has inside of it a 2-player functionality with the Joy-Con. So you can give 1 to one person and, 1 to your, younger brother, sister, your grandmother, whoever, and get in on the multiplayer experience that way. And it's easy enough for them to get into. It's not overwhelming. If you've never played a game before, never straight out the gate, never have before, I would say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's a racing game. It's as fast or as slow as you want to make it. The colors are beautiful. The music, the orchestral music is top notch. It has an incredible cast of characters, and it's just genuinely fun. That's the thing with all these Nintendo games, and really specifically on the Switch, is like the focus is on fun, not on high fidelity graphics and immersiveness in terms of a lot of other things. It takes the whimsy and cranks it up to 11, which is what Lego does too, which is why I'm surprised it took so long for this to happen. But that's the game to start. And I can only be so biased and say Super Mario Odyssey as a good beginner game to get into. That's a single player or 2-player game. Breath of the Wild is a bit much because of how much is going on. And if you're not familiar with the concept of what video games is, it can be tough. But I would say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and then Odyssey. And then if you like that, you can talk to me and get back into more stuff.
Yes, you can always find Brian over on his channel and stop in and ask some follow-up questions.
Twitch. London's been there before.
I will plug briefly our Amazon affiliate link. If Brian has inspired you to go out and buy a Switch or anything else like that, all of our videos have an Amazon affiliate link, so you can help support the channel that way. If you're buying something from Amazon, then feel free to use that, and that helps keep us going.
And the more money I make for them through that link, the more they'll want me to come back. Because hey,
there you go, it's a full circle.
Of course. Let's see. Lego should really update their video game theme policies for ideas. The fact that they don't accept shooting games such as Fortnite, but have Overwatch sets makes no sense. Well, so for a lot of the shooting games, it depends what you would want for a shooting game. I mean, Fortnite definitely has a young audience, and I've actually asked a couple people, like, all right, so since Lego and Nintendo was the main thing, people were like, all right, what's the two companies that should go together, for Lego? It's a Nintendo, right? So what's the next thing that is the obvious but not happening right now that we know of? And I think it is Fortnite because of the characters and the idea of building and whatnot. Yeah, it uses more realistic looking guns in the game, but that doesn't necessarily mean, it couldn't be made into Lego. Like we had a James Bond car, obviously with not a figure, but there's other exceptions that have been there, especially in like Dimensions with a one-off figure or something like that. Mission Impossible. So I think that's not out of the realm of possibility. It having real guns doesn't, and they're not even like real, like there's, you know what I mean? So
I always go back to the fact that they made Indiana Jones as well.
Yeah,
that, to me, is
totally.
the craziest thing.
And they have pistols in there. In the Lone Ranger sets, they have even more realistic looking rifles and pistols like that. So I think that could happen. But I'm focusing on Mario first. For that
the important stuff.
So for shooting games, I would assume Nintendo would like to support more games with teamwork. If they're violent, at least that's my assumption. Yeah, so the only shooter game Nintendo has done is Splatoon, which is focused on spraying ink on the ground and becoming a squid to travel through that ink. And I really love that game. But yeah, you're not going to see Nintendo do, a James Bond game, not like GoldenEye, not like that again.
Is Splatoon still popular? I remember seeing a lot of people talking about that at one point, but it's still okay.
So the thing is, it's incredibly popular, especially in Japan. So to the point where, so there are two MCs in the game that are, it's a whole world, but there's like Callie and Marie, right? And those two MCs are like the pop stars of Splatoon. They have concerts in Japan where it's holographic images of those two performing while the live band is behind them. And I'm not saying I would go to that, but it looks really hype. Like, because everyone has glow sticks in the audience and they go crazy, and it's just like, but the live band is still performing. So it's just, the set piece. So it's incredibly popular in Japan. In the US, like every Switch game has sold very well for like Splatoon, Mario Party, Mario Kart. Like they all do really well. So everything is considered popular really when it comes to the Switch, which is good. So, and there's Mike.
There Hello. We go. Sorry, Mike. I just noticed you were there.
I got you. Do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Perfect.
Oh, awesome. Look at the fancy mic. Ooh la la.
Hey, there we go. Nice.
How you guys doing? Nice
good,
to see
how are
you.
Great.
Long time no talk.
Yeah, long time, man.
Yeah.
I'm just launching into my next space set here. There we go.
I'm working from home, but I do have a break right now. So
nice.
I can just like chill and hang out.
That's the beauty of
classic space. Nice, Joshua. Awesome.
Yeah. Been putting a bunch of these together here.
Sweet. Yeah, I've been watching the stream for like since the beginning. You guys are awesome. I mean,
Thank you.
What can I say?
Most credit goes to Brian. He's the experienced one here.
Oh, please. Come on. You're flattering me. Hey, if you put me in a room alone to talk about Nintendo for 4 hours, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Okay. Sure thing. Awesome.
So you've been working on anything else over there, Mike? I saw the reviews, which is good.
Yeah. I do stuff all the time, basically.
Yeah. Were you working on anything like earlier today? Or do you have an ongoing project, or are you just chilling?
I think I just posted the video about that Technic charger.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, I kind of want it to be a creator set for it to be a creator set, but
yeah, we had a couple of questions about that earlier. So do you think it looks like it has bullet holes through it, or how do you feel about it?
Bullet holes, like from all the fights
like
it
maybe
took place in.
Someone described it like it had like there was a 1920s Tommy gun shot through it. So it's a very unique way of describing
that
it.
That is
I don't
a
know
pretty
if you feel
good
that
description, I gotta say.
Yeah. Do you feel that way?
No, I didn't notice it that way, you know? It's kind of, no, not really.
But you like it overall? Yeah,
like my biggest grief was that it's not a creator expert set, kind of. Mm-hmm. That slot was taken by the Fiat 500, right? Mm-hmm. So I hoped for this to be like a kind of a Mustang build, like another muscle car in Lego, but this time licensed by with the Fast and Furious.
Right.
But yeah, I guess it's not the case.
Yeah. Do we know when that comes out? Late April, maybe?
What up?
Do we know when that comes out or no?
April 27th. April 27th. I think you can pre-order it right now. Like I checked the Lego store online, and you can buy it now. You can actually save your copy. Yeah,
you're gonna have to buy that online because who knows how long all this will continue to go on for.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. Like I want that Barracuda base set as well.
Yeah, me too.
But for me, it's always, I work in a Lego store for like 3 years, and like Lego store is my go-to place to buy stuff always and forever. Even though I get a lot of sets from you guys, so thank you so much for that. But if I buy something, I always go to the Lego store just for the experience, because it's always. And I have a lot of friends in my nearby Lego stores. I always try to find an excuse to come and say hi. And when they're closed, it's just it's weird.
Yeah.
So I don't want to order it online, kind of.
Understandable.
Yeah. What's the set number you're building, Joshua? Is that the Classic Space?
It is 6970. It's this right here. It's got 2 moon base plates.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Base.
You got like a stash of sets for like weeks.
Yes, I have
on that quarantine.
2 different big Craigslist lots that I've had sitting around for years waiting to be sorted and put into sets for me to do stuff with. So one of them is a bunch of these older sets from this era, and one is some newer Star Wars and various other sets. Nice. So I'm finally taking the opportunity to sit down and do all of it. So it's working well. I'm being very productive here.
Okay, awesome.
No better time than in quarantine.
That's right.
By the way, thank you for inviting me. This is my first live stream as a guest. It's like I'm freaking out here.
You're always welcome here.
I'm like, what is happening? What should I be entertaining? What should I do? Some jokes? Like, how do people do this?
Mike, I've always liked the studio you have in the background of your videos. Can you show us that real quick? Like just a bit of a studio tour? Because I don't think I've seen like a full. Can you move your camera?
Sure. I'm using my webcam right now, so I guess I can move my laptop.
Yeah, if you can just show us around, because I always think I think you did a good job putting that together.
You look the most professional.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a laptop, so normally the angle is there somewhere. If you look at any of my videos, it's basically there, and so the background is here. So a quick tour is that I have this IKEA shelf that is like, I think it's called, it's like a luck shelf or not, I don't know. It's like one of those tall shelves you get for like $70.
Okay.
So what I figured, like each of these shelves is like enough to fit a small set, so I bought a bunch of those cheap puck LED battery lights.
You have to send me the link to those because I want those.
It's like there's a bunch of companies selling those on Amazon. They're like, I bought like 6 for $30.
Oh wow.
And these are like, you can control them with this.
Yeah.
And right now they're like fancy and like just illuminating all the RGB light spectrum. But I use them for even like to work at night, because I edit at night sometimes, and I just put them on and it gives this illumination of the entire room. Yeah. And I use those in my studio, also on the videos, to just make it a bit more interesting. So that's one thing I'm happy with. And that shelf, just each shelf has like a little set. Now is the Falcon I just reviewed, and the Overwatch set, and a bunch of mess I won't show because it's messy. But people tell me that I have a clean setup. But I'm gonna show you what I have on my floor. Hold on.
Nice.
This is a great clean cable management right there. So that's what I have, and it's terrible. and I have to fix that a lot. I try to not trip every time I enter this little like storage area. But overall, this is my bedroom. So what you see is what you get. I have this wall here is basically, it's a makeshift sound dampening system. So these panels go for like, I don't know, $40 per like 12-foot pack on Amazon. And I put them on a piece of cardboard I got for like $1 each in like a dollar store. And then a double-sided tape holds this together to my wall. It's a rental apartment I'm renting, so I can't damage the walls. So that way,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that way, like I can remove it and like move it if I ever move places. I can just move the whole thing. So that's what I'm using. And yeah, some lights. I got the cheapo. I can even show you my little mess from the other side. Hold on. There you go. So that's the lights and my computer, my work computer. I work from home now, so that's why I have everything in just a single IKEA table, and it's in my bedroom, so it's all a mess right now. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you make do with the space you've got.
It's like, yeah, I don't have the big space like many of you guys do, like you, Joshua. So yeah, I try to use what I have, kind of. Sometimes it gets really crowded because right now I have like sets on my desk from my last live stream. I have the Y-wing I just built on my live stream. Bunch of things all the time, at all times. So yeah.
It's a nice area though. Yeah, I think it looks really cool in the background of your videos.
Yeah, it's oh my god, I think something messed up my camera, but it's fine. No, it's a bit of a challenge because I have 2 kids, and when I stream or like I edit and I try to get my work hours in, it's like shut down the bedroom and make sure it's just the workspace. So it's kind of yeah.
yeah. Doc Sampson earlier said that it looks like Brian and Mike are in the stream, and Josh is just sitting in the background because our setups look all professional with the microphone.
Joshua has the most sets in the background, though.
That's true. That's very true.
I bring the Lego. You guys bring the professionality.
Right. It's a very delicate balance.
It's all a sham. It's all fake. It's just like
right.
You have to use a good lens and you have to do some editing, and it all looks professional. But everything is like a makeshift, temporary setup.
Best green screen setup you've ever seen in your life. Is really what
exactly. It is. Everything is green screen. Like don't trust us.
I actually don't exist.
Like it's all a virtual like illumination, virtual. Yeah.
Zixzo said, "Is this live?" I certainly hope so.
It is live. I see the comments now. Haha, that are like every YouTuber's room, all the cables. That is true. Like you don't see that in the videos. It's like every time, because right now I have my laptop on my desk, my iMac, and a second monitor, and all the cables for microphone and camera. So that's how it looks like. You basically trip over it every time you get here. That's how it looks like. Okay. I feel overwhelmed by being full screen, so you guys can put yourself back on.
Oh, yes. Okay. It's too much pressure. I understand.
It's pressure. Oh, okay. My colleagues are back. Nice.
There we go.
Mike, have you been having a lot of Zoom meetings for your job?
We use Slack. We use actually Slack. It's also pretty good. I think my school that my kid goes to is starting using Zoom because they have a spring break now. I think
it's funny how Zoom has just exploded in popularity since, like, I had never even really heard of that too much. But I think for schools especially,
I know,
very much set up for like classrooms and stuff. So it's just really like blown up here.
Yeah, the first time I heard about it, it's that my boss, the company I work for remotely now, my boss just came to us because I'm in the video team and said like, hey, because he's a academic teacher. And he told us, hey, can you guys help me set me up Zoom? So I'm going to make classes for my students on the quarantine thing. And like, cool, what is Zoom? And he told us. And then like a week later, everybody's using Zoom. I'm like, okay.
I like the feature it has.
Buy Zoom stocks now.
I like the feature it has for like the breakout rooms, which I think is a really cool thing for like classrooms to be able to have. So you can break people out into different sections, almost like a group. Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, my daughter had a teacher conference like last week, and there's a function when like kids raise hands, and it shows the camera can sometimes detect it that you raise a hand, or you can press you raise a hand, and then you have a question, and the teacher can like hook you up, and you can talk.
Wow, so that's really cool.
That's just like it has this feature, so pretty cool.
So we've answered this question earlier in the stream, but for you, Mike, to let the audience know, Brick Star Wars Boy 10 asking, what's your favorite Lego set of all time? On the record, what is it?
Oh my god! You know how many times I've been asked this question? I never had an answer. Like each one of us, we're like Lego YouTubers. It's the most dreadful question to answer. Like at least for me, I think every time I answer this question, I give a different answer. I don't know.
Well, you can say whatever set.
Because you know what, Brian, I think if I think about it, like my Dark Ages were like 20 years. So I missed a lot of sets, and probably I would like those sets a lot when I was in my Dark Ages. I was building them, but since I only know my sets from my childhood and sets from when I started making videos back in in Brickvault days, that's like 3 years ago. So I would say from that time, one of my favorite sets that still sticks in my memory is the Lego Ninjago movie, Ninjago City.
Yeah. It's an awesome set. That's one of my all-time favorites. Of like,
I think like I always
of newer sets, that's probably my favorite. Kind of in the last.
I always recognize sets. I think the most memorable sets are the ones that give me the biggest like building experience. And Ninjago City was this set when you like build another stage of it and you just discover new things, and it's so colorful and like so detailed, and you just build up, and the finish is so satisfying. I don't know. I just felt this set had like one of the best building experiences ever. I could put like a Star Destroyer up there, but Star Destroyer was also a massive building process. And the set itself, when it sits on your shelf, it just becomes like very stale after a while. So I like it, for example, but it's not like something I would very much remember for a long time.
Yeah, the building experience for Ninjago City just stands out so far and above among most other sets.
It was a big surprise when it was announced and like came out, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" Because nobody was expecting, I think, a direct-to-consumer set from like a Ninjago Wave. It was like, what? The rumor was floating around, and everybody was like, "It's not possible. It's a fake rumor, right?" And then it came out.
All the little kids spreading rumors all throughout the internet. You can either trust them or not.
I know.
It's a crapshoot. No one
knows. I take it all as fact.
If we all took it as fact, we'd be in a much different reality right now.
True that.
Nels was asking in the chat that he just bought the Liebherr excavator. Was it worth it? Have either of you built that?
I've not, but I know it's a massive build. So if you're looking for a really big, challenging Technic build,
there you go. Here's one from London Bridge Bricks. One of my favorites is one that the cool factor inspired me to collate the AT-AT plus size, and I'm finishing that build on Friday.
Nice.
There you go.
Awesome.
Cool factor out inspiring the folks.
Yeah.
I know London Bridge Bricks is also one of my recurring viewers, so thank you, dude, for supporting me and supporting Beyond the Brick as well.
We actually should mention. I don't think, Mike, you've mentioned what you do over there. So I when you were in the chat, I mentioned the Cool Factor, but for people who are familiar with it, what can they find over at the Cool Factor?
Well, as you guys know, I collaborate with Joshua and John on Beyond the Brick, and Brian also. I think we met on the last year's Toronto Game Loft event. That was a pretty darn awesome event. So once again, thank you.
Yeah,
Brian was killing it. Like Brian's, like I just had the camera and I said, like, Brian, do the vlog. The tour, and I loved how he did that. He just grabbed that donut in the middle. I wasn't prepared for that. And Just Too Good was Justin. Just Too Good was in the room, and he was like, it wasn't scripted at all. It was just like I was just following Brian, and he just, oh, there's a donut, and like the whole scene came out, and he was holding the donut the entire video. I was like, cool. It was funny. So
I keep the calorie intake up.
Shout out to Brian for being an awesome host, like out of nowhere. You're like your way to improvise is like top notch. Well,
thank you. The stand-up special will be coming out 2021.
Nice. I'm looking forward to this. So what I do, I do reviews on Beyond the Brick. You guys can see me on those videos. And my own channel, The Cool Factor, is basically what I started after I left Brickvault. And right now it's basically my own personal creative getaway, because I work as a full-time editor, and The Cool Factor is still like a gateway to my Lego affection, basically, at this point. So you can see news videos. I love doing those. I love reporting on the new stuff. Live streams, I just started live streaming regularly, like last month. And I think I'm gonna go back with my vlogs because I love editing vlogs and shooting vlogs. So that's gonna be something I want to return to. I really hope we're gonna be at Brickworld Chicago together if it doesn't get canceled, so we can do some awesome vlog from that. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. So if you love a bit of a different Lego content, that's not like all reviews and stuff. I do reviews as well. You can check out my channel, but I also put a lot of energy into collaborating with Joshua and John too. So yeah, thanks guys. Subscribe if you can. Shout out to me.
Lots of great content to enjoy out there for folks. So if you're stuck at home, there's no shortage.
And a lot of people ask me why the cool factor. What does it mean? And I said like, well, first of all, my first thing when I was thinking about the channel was like, for some reason I don't want to have a brick in my name. I don't know. It's like brick this, brick that, and I wanted, because I sometimes do other content like things I'm interested in, like Teslas or SpaceX, and sometimes I talk about this. So I said like, if I use brick, that means I will be locked into like Lego content. But sometimes I do other things. So I said like, maybe let's do something that's not brick. So the cool factor is like what you look for in many items I have in my hands, like Lego sets. If they have a cool factor, that means that the Lego set is appealing to me and so on. So that became a name over time. And it stuck with me. So I just named the channel that way. So if anybody asks, that there it is.
There you go.
Yep.
Good message behind it for sure.
Good message.
Brian Angel says that you need to use your improv skills to do a freestyle rap on your love for Lego.
All right, I've told Angel before, the album comes out after the book. Okay, so the book has to come out first. So we'll see. We'll see.
What about you show us some skills, Brian, right now on live?
Oh, I could, but like off the top of the dome, I don't know if I could keep it family friendly.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you play a lot of Fortnite. You have to become family friendly as well.
Wow.
And you play Nintendo games. I called you out on that. You are family friendly.
Yes. So
you play Mario.
Yeah. I'll have to. I'm gonna keep it in the reserves. I don't want any spoilers for the album. So let's see. Lawrence
people
was
subscribing to me. Thank you so much for the support, guys.
There
I
you go.
appreciate it.
Yeah, Angel, he's got good stuff, so you'll enjoy it over there.
Thank you.
Lawrence asking, Bricks O'Brien has a Lego T-Rex Rampage set on a shelf, and I might get that Lego set. Well, it's not the T-Rex Rampage set. It's the Jurassic Park gate. I just didn't build the gate yet because I think we all know the T-Rex is one of the bigger focal points of the set, and I've just been busy making so many videos that I haven't had the time to sit down and build the gate. So
understandable.
Maybe if I were not doing this, I actually could start it right now, but then I'd be obligated to finish it today, and I'm like,
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big set for sure.
What's the biggest set you built recently, Brian?
Recently, it might be that. I mean, before that, if I'm looking around here, the treehouse. I mean, obviously the Star Destroyer was one. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, it'd be the treehouse. Everything else, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
treehouse was kind of challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful model. I just haven't wanted to dedicate the time to building something on that scale quite yet. I gotta focus on that. Chill out. We got plenty of time. We're not going anywhere.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think the biggest set like for last month was the Tantive 4 from Star Wars. Not the new one. It's not UCS. It's not called UCS. It's called like I think the Master Builder series.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest set I built like last month.
Nice.
It's nice. I like it.
Elogger wants me to tell the story about how I won the Lego set that I built. So when we were in Toronto,
okay,
the set. It was.
I'm doing a correction. I was joking. You were not cheating. I was joking.
Oh yeah, no. So
it was absolutely fair and square. He won it. Yeah.
So the way it was they're obviously the developers of the game. So they gave us like all the stuff in the game because they can. And then they're like, all right, beat this one challenge, and whoever beats it first can pick of these prizes. And so I assembled my team in Lego, Heroes, Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed.
Exactly.
I assembled my team of like the Highwayman from the collectible minifigure series and, a couple other classic characters. And I just beat the challenge quicker than some of the other guys. Mike was participating, as well as other YouTube channels of like mobile gamers who are a lot bigger than like Beyond the Brick, like by miles. Like these guys have millions of subscribers and they play mobile games for a living, and I beat them. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Round of applause. I mean, that's impressive, Brian. So who's boss?
Yeah, I got to pick the this set here, the 3-in-1 plane, which is a really cool looking set. And I
let you win. I let you win.
Yeah. Oh, and then I also got a Gameloft sweater and mug, which I think we all got. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had the Gameloft hoodie. I'm still wearing proudly. That's me
awesome.
Too. It's very warm. I like it.
I actually got. I went to a local agricultural fair in the fall, and I had someone say, "Hey, like, Gameloft, do you work at Gameloft?" I'm like, "No, I actually went there for a media event. Like somebody recognized the company." Gameloft from like one of the guys running the stands, and I'm like, oh no, I just do this YouTube thing and blah blah blah. So I guess a lot of people really love their games on a bigger scale than I thought, which is good.
Like it's I didn't know much about them, but I know they're a big company. Like I don't game mobile a lot, but when I was younger, like Gameloft was around and they did a lot of games. I think I talked to the devs when we were there, and one of the games they made is the Asphalt game, which is the racing game, and I played that when I was younger. So I just like, wait, that's you guys, and they're doing a lot of good mobile stuff.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to download the Heroes Unboxed myself and do some content on it, but
me too.
Do you play mobile games on your channel, Brian, or no?
Not typically. I mean, I have the hookup for it, but not a lot really grabs me. And by the time that I get around to covering the stuff that's a bit older that I want to from like my childhood or a new game or something, I just get enraptured in one thing after another. So it might get to that point soonish, but anything's really possible. I mean, there's good stuff on mobile. It's not like some console gamers are like, oh, mobile games are whatever. But no,
remember that YouTuber we met in Toronto? It was Orange Juice Gaming. He was there too. Like he's big in mobile a lot.
Yeah. Like mobile gaming is more accessible than console gaming for sure.
Exactly.
You got it on your Pixel, your iPad, whatever. So it's just not something I get around to pretty often. I did play Pokemon Playhouse a while ago. That was a mobile game. That was for like 3-year-olds. So that was fun.
Did you play Pokemon Go? I played for like a week.
So I played Pokemon Go pretty extensively, and every month they have a community day where you can get a shiny version of a Pokemon with an enhanced like rate for that to spawn in. And my favorite is Piplup. So once they did the Piplup event, I was out. I'm like, I'm done. Okay. I got what I want. I'm good. So
nice.
Yeah.
We had a question in the chat. Which Lego Technic set is bigger in your own views? The 2016 bucket wheel excavator or the 2020 Liber R9800? I think the 9800 Liber is like the biggest set Technic.
It's objectively the biggest.
I think part-wise is the biggest. Is that correct?
Yeah. That sounds right.
But I think like cubicle, like size of it, the cubicle inch of it, I think it's smaller than the excavator.
It might be. The excavator has the big, buckets on the end of it, so it takes up a lot more space.
I don't have the excavator, but I have the Liber from you guys, and it's in the other room. But after reviewing it, I think it was the biggest. Like, was one of the most challenging sets I ever created, like built in any way, in any capacity.
Yeah, I think didn't you get that in the UCS Star Destroyer like the same week or something like that?
That was insane.
Yeah, like these two incredibly massive. It's like 48 hours of building just to put those together.
I know, because I did a Star Destroyer time lapse for you, and it took a lot of time because I had to time lapse everything. And I think you guys gave me a heads up with the Star Destroyer, but then you said like, oh, by the way, the Liber is coming too. I was like, what? And that was challenging to find time to get both in time. But I think it was a lot of fun.
We appreciate your effort.
Thanks. I think the video is doing pretty well. The Star Destroyer time lapse is doing pretty well on your channel. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I saw a comment up here earlier from Galligade. Have you decided on the steps have you decided on the steps you gonna build for this year's 24-hour stream, Joshua? So I'm assuming sets. I would assume that's a big fat no, considering probably if Lego were to endorse the stream, it's probably going to be something that, because obviously the Star Destroyer came out around the time that came out, so it's free promo. So it's probably something we don't know about yet. So what I'm saying is, if there's a 6,000 piece Peaches castle, yeah, boy. But
I'm gonna.
again, I'm just like shooting my shot. You know, hey,
6,000 pieces.
one of these baskets has to get made eventually. Just keep shooting. Just keep going.
Yep,
I'll be right about something eventually.
You're right there on top, Brian. I'm aware.
You know, hey, you know,
you will be the first one to get the.
We should, Brian, we should spam Joshua with requests now. Like, what do we want?
You know what?
Just
Absolutely. I'll bring the wish list. What I'm saying to Joshua is, you know, he knows a lot of people over in Denmark. Me, you take a trip over to Denmark, give a couple of these Lego people a few ideas. You know,
just give me keys to their vault for like an hour.
Walk in the vault, and then the room where they show all the cool stuff that's not out yet. Just let us walk in. No video cameras. I don't need a camera. I'll take a picture right here.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Oh man, so many good ideas you're having this stream, Brian.
Yeah, I'm an infinite well. Like, come on, send me to Denmark. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My kid is keeping my older kiddo is still asking me about the troll set. So if you know who should I call at Lego to get the entire wave of trolls, like, I don't know.
We try not to bother them with too much stuff like that.
I know, yeah, it's funny. They have other stuff on their hands for sure.
You just tweet them directly. Be like, hey,
I was like, hey, Lego, I need that.
You know.
Exactly. It'll be fun to see what Nintendo sets they release, Brian. And you know, if there's an opportunity for you to come on the 24-hour live stream and build a Peaches Castle,
I'd literally ascend to a higher plane of existence. Okay. I gotta reel it back in. All right. So reeling it back in here, Angel's asking to you, Mike, what days do you stream? Do you have specific days, Mike?
Well, I'm working on a schedule right now. At least once a week, I try to squeeze in a stream. Usually, it's depending on how much, because like right now, you know, schools are closed, so I have kids at home. Right now, I have some work hours, so I'm actually, you know, they don't bother me. But like usually, I stream on weekends. It's usually either Saturday or Sunday, but it's around like 4 to 5 p.m. California time. But I think I'm going to set up a schedule when I stream maybe weekday, say Monday afternoons every week. So I have like a consistent schedule. For now, it's just like trying off and on. When I can, I just stream something. Yeah, it's usually like I'm building a set. I did an experiment on the last stream on Sunday where I did build some sets on the stream, and then people requested. So I did actually do a live editing session when I pulled out one of my reviews that I was about to edit. It was the Falcon, actually, that's behind me. And we just Premiere Pro, everything on the screen, and just like I was editing live and showing people how I do it. So I think people appreciated it, and I'm trying to do more, maybe for my Patreons or something like that. It's just like a little you know, knowledge giveaway to people who keep asking me how to make YouTube videos and how to edit. I think I've been editing for like over 3 years now, and it's something I would like to share with the community. So that's something cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've stopped by your stream and lurked a little bit. I usually
you are lurking. You should say hi.
So like, because you're West Coast, it's a little bit later for me. So like, I'll be editing, and then I'll just toss you on in the background, and I'll listen to it for a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I'll type away, and then just, you know.
Okay, he's boring. Typing out now.
Oh no.
No, I know.
But yeah, I gotta. Yeah.
I know that's the issue because I'm in California. So when I stream like 5 p.m., it's like 8 p.m. in New York, and it's always 3 hours out. And sometimes when I stream a long one and I start late and I go until like midnight in California, I see people tuning out from the East Coast because they go to sleep, and I see Australia is fun. Sometimes like it's midnight at my place, and it's like, good day, somebody from Australia saying like, hi, what's up? And I was like, okay, so I basically like went overnight in 2 places in the world, so that's funny. Yeah.
We got a couple people in the chat saying that we should totally go to Billund and do a live stream meetup from there. This is a tremendous idea.
Wow. Clearly some intelligent people in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
You're just getting a flow of content ideas, Joshua, right?
Right. If the world wasn't hitting the fan, we might be able to do it. But, you know, we'll see in a couple months.
Someday, we'll get get Brian and Mike over to Billin to do a live stream.
Yeah, just a live stream. That's it. Nothing
I'm a
else.
professional
Nothing
now.
else.
I'm a professional now on mobile streaming. My company I work for, we do actual mobile streams for my company's channel, and they made me learn everything about streaming from a laptop with like a hotspot. So now we have a fancy camera, and I usually do like this. I hold my laptop and I hold the camera, and we go places like showcase local businesses, and we stream from there. So I'm your guy.
So what we can do is go to Denmark, go to Billund, and just live stream from the airport. Don't go anywhere pertaining to Lego, because we're just going to Billund. We're not doing anything else. We're just going to stream from the airport and go home.
Exactly. And they should have some Lego sets on the airport. Overpriced, but it's still...
Right, but that's
You
not
got
the
the Billund Airport set on your way out.
There it is.
There is a massive Lego store on the airport in Billund, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's the home of Lego. It's gotta be.
Both the Copenhagen Airport and the Billund Airport, I believe, both have stores.
Exactly.
Brian, do you stream the Lego video games at all, or have you done much of that in the past, or typically not?
So I've played almost all the Lego games for a multitude of years. So I have wanted to put it on the back burner just because I've played them like exhaustively, from everything from Lego City Undercover to Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 and 3 and Lego Batman and Lego, like, you know, so and a lot of the gameplay mechanics of that are definitely for a younger audience that is more co-op play. So it's not my play style. You're just walking around hitting stuff. So It's not like, you know, so the last Lego game I thoroughly enjoyed was Dimensions, if I'm being totally honest with you. So everything else, I'm not really interested in covering right now. Although the new Lego Star Wars game, whenever it does come out, it's been long enough between the last Lego game that I'm like, all right, I could probably do something on that, you know. But I don't typically play them. No.
You mean that the new Rise of the Skywalker game that's coming with like extra features and stuff like that?
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, that looks really good, and that's going to be one game that will be, you know, all the movies at once. There's no filler levels, there's no filler content there. Hopefully it's just, you know, action packed. Here's all the episodes, all the whatever, on like the mainstay characters. So yeah. Is
there supposed to be is there a time frame for release for that game yet?
They said 2020, and I feel like they should, I don't even know what the last Lego game was, but it's been a while, so I figure they should have a release date by now. They don't, and especially with the state of affairs in the world, who knows what the release date would be for that. I would assume this year, but I don't know.
How do you guys think like the whole situation will affect like Lego schedules? As we know right now, sets are still getting released, but everything right now is basically online purchase. Sure. And I'm wondering like how it will affect Lego when it comes to like maybe delaying some sets, or, you know, it's hard to tell. That's what I would say.
I mean, like a lot of the sales, you know, they're obviously from Lego stores, but, you know, places like Target and Walmart ideally are still open because they have groceries and pharmacies and whatever. So you're still getting that, you know, retail distribution there. And those are essential as deemed by, you know, your local government, most likely, because it does sell food, right?
Yeah,
so you're still getting that avenue. And then online is still a thing through Amazon, through Lego Shop at Home and whatever. So I would, and especially considering Lego sets are like, you know, whatever is going to come out in May is already produced and probably boxed, and we don't know about it, right? So a lot of stuff is already in the pipeline. It's already ready to go. I think you could probably see the first of the delays with either Minions or Super Mario if they were to happen, but I certainly hope not. I have no idea though.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be like more sooner over than you know, later.
You would hope. We'll have to, you know. See.
Yeah, for me, like Lego posted their. Oh, I think you lost your camera for a second.
That happens sometimes. I haven't figured out the camera yet.
That's a professional streamer thing.
Mm-hmm.
From my perspective as an AFOL and person contributing to you know, the love of Lego in the world, I just hope, because Lego just posted their annual results a few weeks ago, and they were like super up and nice. I'm really hoping that they can keep the trend, despite the whole situation in the world.
Yeah, one would think so. I wouldn't think that the company itself would see like a massive hit from it.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Angry Dragon, the only people talking about rumors about anything being delayed is all the kids on Instagram speculating. Until you hear it right from Lego themselves, you can't take anything as fact, brother. Nothing.
Detail on that. Yeah.
Those Instagram kids.
It literally, like, I see the most nonsensical things happen through there, and I'm like, y'all gotta relax. Just chill. All right. I know you might not like Minions, but come on, really.
I mean, the Minions are coming, as far as I know, they're coming on time. There is no delay. I mean, the sets are produced, probably ready to go, and so on.
Yeah. Those Minion sets at when they showed them off at Toy Fair are actually pretty cool. The ones that open up with like the interiors.
Oh yeah, because you guys were actually seeing them in person, right?
I mean, I'm not by any means like I guess I wouldn't call myself a Minions fan by any means, but I did think that was kind of a cool design. So it looks like the Minion from the outside, but then you can open it up and it's got all the features inside.
Yeah. I like the fact that Lego is opening to those like smaller licenses, and they do like a limited run of something that kids really like. I think they doubled up on that kind of approach nowadays with the Trolls, the World Tour, and now the Minions, and then what else is coming? Like Toy Story was a thing too, and still is kind of. And I think like it's nice that you see this like small or bigger wave of sets that's coming just for a limited time, and just extra diversity, in terms of like Lego sets. I like it.
Seb just asked when I'm eating. I'm eating Pop Corners white cheddar. They're actually really good.
Do you normally try to eat stuff while you stream just to kind of keep yourself going, or?
Yeah,
that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, like so I had lunch. I haven't had dinner, obviously. So this is like a small holdover. They're pretty light, But yeah, I'll typically have. Well, I usually don't stream for 4 hours, so I usually have dinner before or after. But
last stream I had a full-on dinner, and only twice. It's funny because I stream, I build something, I just talk to the chat, and then like my wife knocks, and like she brings me like a full hot plate of some dinner that kids have dinner, and like she knows I'm streaming, and just the hands just appear on the screen like whoop, thank you, and like guys, I guess it's a break, and I mute my mic and just put some video on and just eat on the stream. But it took me a while to get over it and like actually be cool with that. But I guess other streamers do so too. Like I've seen gamers just eat full on McDonald's package on the stream, and it seems normal. So I guess.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're streaming for a really long time, you got to have something during the 24-hour stream. I try to.
I did a 6-hour stream last 2 weeks ago. It was something without a break. So you guys are doing those 24-hour streams, like holy moly, how does that how do you even
it's we only do it once a year.
Yeah. When is can you tell the chat when is the next one?
It's always the weekend after Thanksgiving here in the US, and I'm not sure when that it's the end of November. It's usually like the last week of November at some point is when it falls.
Yeah. Nice.
So, yeah, we're planning to do it again. It's always a good time.
November 27th.
There you go. Thank you.
Boom. There we go. Shout out. You guys better join. Everybody join.
You can come in and build anything you'd like. And anyone's welcome to join. We've got 24 hours to fill for that, so there's always a lot of time. And if you think we go off topic on this stream, just wait until you hear what we're on about hour 12 of the 24-hour live stream.
That's true. David says hi. Hi, David. Welcome to the stream.
Brian, do you watch many other streamers, like gamers or anything like that on Twitch and stuff? Do you do that as well? Or
Oh, yeah. So what I'll typically do is toss on a stream like in the background while I'm, doing some daily things in Animal Crossing or whatever. The interactivity is a big thing on Twitch, hardcore. And the main Lego creator on Twitch, which I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of, is Brick and Nick. He's
oh yeah, he's great. He's amazing.
A very interesting spot because he's on Twitch. There's a couple other Lego, creators on Twitch, but not to the same extent as Nick. And he's found himself in this space where Twitch is not a Lego platform. There's not the same community on there. It's definitely like a mid-20s to early teens demographic. So, and it's all gamers for the most part. So on Twitch, I see him be talked about as the Lego guy and not another member of the Lego community, because people just see him as, oh, he builds video game Lego things. But like, Beyond the Brick is known on YouTube and across the internet as being like like an entity in the Lego realm. But to a lot of the people watching just on Twitch, he is the Lego guy. And that's it. That's what I've seen.
He built a really nice niche on Twitch, because I've been streaming on Twitch Lego stuff way back, like 2 years ago. I think we tried Twitch and stuff. And he was one of our first subscribers on Twitch. And he was already back then doing Lego specific streams. And he kept going. He had like a smaller audience. He kept building. And always, every time I joined his stream, I gave him a shout out every time we could. Because just he was the most unique streamer on Twitch when it comes. He does like mocks and sets, whatever, but he's very into it. So he made a good niche, but by not streaming to YouTube, and Twitch is his like main go-to place. And I gotta actually check him out, because I didn't watch his stream for a long time now, but I think I should come back to it.
Yeah, I lurk in there pretty often too, and it's like what he's created is really incredible. And I feel like a lot of people that are on, like, everyone is in their own kind of bubble between YouTube or like Flickr. For some people who are still using just Flickr, it's like, why? But they're still on there. There's people who are on Twitch, but he is like one of the most prolific Lego streamers, like in general. Like, he's got it down for like the interactivity, and like he's doing things that like we're not doing, and Jang and everyone, like, it's just next level stuff. And it implements the gaming gimmicks of a live stream that people do, like funny glasses and hats and blah 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 blah, but it's still Lego, and it's still fun and wholesome.
Exactly. And Twitch allows for that interactivity. It has like more tools than YouTube. I think,
definitely.
What do you have on YouTube? You have some chat icons. Sometimes you can add some like I think you guys do have a membership that you can join for Beyond the Break, but that's about it. What that YouTube offers. And I think Twitch has extra things, like I think now they have that point system. When you just watch the stream in the background, you accumulate points as you go, and you can exchange the points for something cool for the streamer, or like a highlighted message, or like extra set of emojis. I think that's really cool, and Twitch is really the leader of making sure that even if people are not streaming games, it just allows you to interconnect with the audience, and that's something awesome. And even so, I think right now his Lego streams, because previously you were able to tag a stream on Twitch as like Lego building or something like that. I think nowadays it's only like IRL streaming, like, or just chatting.
Or makers and crafting is what he does typically.
Exactly, and everybody like falls into this big category that becoming more and more appearing on Twitch. And I think like him being one of the only Lego regular streamers, like he can definitely set up his own like foothold on the platform for sure.
Yeah, it's leagues above what YouTube is doing, because I mean, YouTube is definitely video on demand. A single piece of content. It strives in that, and that is like overwhelmingly what people still watch. Like as popular as live content is, it's still what Josh and John are doing, of going around and recording a specific thing and a video review, like that still takes precedent. But to have both coincide is like important. And then like, I mean, even if you look at Nick's YouTube channel, it's not to the same degree as like what Jang is doing, but Brick and Nick's focus is just on Twitch, and it shows, and it's incredible.
Yeah, you gotta find your niche. Like, I've seen stories of people, for example, I'm not sure about Lego community, but I've seen stories of people say somebody starts a content channel on the internet and says like, I'm only gonna do Instagram stories forever and ever. And there's a story of a guy, I don't remember his username, but there's a story of a guy who started just that. And in like 7 months, he became the biggest story maker on Instagram just by doing stories alone. He never posted a picture or anything like that. He just made stories for super constant basis, and he became like a celebrity in story world on Instagram, for example. So that tells you how much you sometimes need to focus on a niche. I guess Technic does he have a YouTube channel? I don't think he has.
He does, and he's just starting to build it up.
Okay.
Like comparing the followers on Twitch to YouTube. I don't want it to be just talking about just him. There's other creators, of course.
But he's a good example for in that matter.
And he's certainly, it's been impressive to see how hard he's worked over the for several years now to build that up. I know we see him at conventions a lot and always check in and see how things are doing. And it's certainly been like a slow climb for him, but I think it's reaching a point now where it's really building a good audience.
Totally. In terms of what Ben was saying in here, would you say that Flickr is bigger regarding Lego than Instagram? And so I don't know how you guys feel about it in general. Flickr has not been relevant in my life in easily ever. So I don't know why the Lego community is so fixated on Flickr as a photo storage thing, where your stuff is going to get way more easily discovered on Instagram. There's no comparison. Like
that is true.
If you're looking for a place to just store your photos, Flickr, sure. But don't you want people to see your stuff on Instagram or on the wider internet? Like, why would it? Like, Flickr was sold to Yahoo, and it's like they cut funding.
It's very different now. It's very different.
So like that's indicative of how the parent company feels about it. So why would you try to keep trying to post stuff? That just doesn't make sense to me.
I think Flickr is just not a social media platform.
No,
it became, because it has a great photo compression algorithm, so the photos look just good on Flickr. So you can post like some raw, high quality, high resolution stuff, and it's gonna look great. And I think Lego community kind of like got accustomed to that over the years. And if I watch mocks, I look for people's mocks on the internet. It's usually Flickr, like I call them closet builders, people who are excellent builders but are not coming out in social media or not creating content for social media. You find a massive, beautiful accounts on Flickr that way. But I think people don't realize that Instagram, posting the same stuff, if you just repost stuff from your Flickr to Instagram, just crop it for Instagram format and everything, you will get a ton of exposure, like a ton. And I think people should realize that both platforms are great, but I think Instagram is becoming this excellent like community building platform for people who create high quality photos and great mocks, for example, right?
Like you got to have a good marriage of both. And then a lot of photographers use Flickr to like showcase their photos in the highest quality.
It's like Vimeo to YouTube. Get it? Like Vimeo,
100,000%. Yes,
exactly. Vimeo is for like filmmakers because it has great compression and not that shareable content, however, but like it shows the videos in that it's a much more beautiful fashion than YouTube, for example, in my opinion.
Right.
So a lot of people with like short feature films go to Vimeo.
Right. I would always think you'd want to have your stuff shown off to as many people as possible if you're going to dump 50 hours into one project, and instead of it being just on Flickr where some key builders might see it or a few key people, but like if you had this really amazing mock of the Razor Crest from Mandalorian, you're going to want to show it to as many people as possible because it feels good. You want to show your stuff, so.
And at one point, Flickr was the center of the Lego community a number of years ago. But I'd say at least 2 to 3 years, if not more, it's been very much lost its relevancy. And there are still builders there, still contests that happen over there and stuff. But it's certainly Instagram and Facebook. Both of those platforms have become very popular, where builders now set up like a page dedicated to their builds and share stuff on there. I think of like one builder that comes to mind is like Mark Erickson, does really fantastic castle builds. Has like pages dedicated to showing his builds. So I think that's certainly become where people go now.
I think a lot of the like long-term established Flickr creators are still there, but I don't think anybody new who maybe just joined the mock community is going to be posting to Flickr a lot. I think they're going to use Instagram to just like get the stuff out there and like people see it, right? I think it's exactly. Like all the builders are still there, and I think Flickr even like limited stuff right now because I think you have to like pay for a pro account if you're gonna go like over like 1,000 pictures or something like that. It's become more hard for people to create a lot of content on Flickr without paying. So I think it just became more difficult.
And even the funny thing is, the Lego community actually held on to Flickr long past most of the rest of the world held on to Flickr. So it was like even a few years back when the Lego community was still massive on Flickr, the rest of the internet had moved on. at
Yeah.
that point. So it's kind of long past due that other sites have taken prominence.
I always didn't like Flickr because when I would open it up on mobile, it would take forever to load, and I'm like, forget about it, whatever.
Oh, it
And
was
Instagram-
terrible.
Yeah, and Instagram, it just loads up, bing, done. Double tap it to like it, and then it's easy to share. It's a generational gap. I feel like a lot of older creators, they're just sticking with what you want to use, but
Yeah.
you gotta get with the times.
And I think now if you scroll like pictures on Flickr, they say like a creator uploaded a bunch of pictures for the new mug, just scroll and there's like an ad every 2 pictures, like and it breaks your browser sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like Flickr, fix that.
Well, they're not going to. They're gonna let
Yeah,
it just fizzle out.
Exactly. They don't care.
They also gave up on the site about 5 years ago.
I know. Bad. Joshua just sitting there like, I finished my build. What do we do now?
No, it's good. We'll probably wrap it up here in a few minutes. It's been close to 4 hours, so
Yeah, you guys been up for like 3 hours and 40 minutes. Wow.
yeah. I think people have gotten some good.
I was about to open a set. I was thinking about it,
Gotta save it for next time.
but I'm
There
gonna
you
save
go.
it for. I'm gonna save it for next time. I have a little small Lego Movie couch, triple couch, that was sitting here for like for ages. I might open it next stream. How about that?
Nice. Angel just said at some point Lego community just has to let their favorite pet go. Oh no. That's not how that works around here, Angel. They're the same, 25 people that are still obsessed with the Yellow Castle that came out 4,000 years ago, the same pirate ship that came out 5,000 years ago. The classics, they stay. And that's it.
Oh no, Brian's upsetting the older fans.
I'm just saying it how it is. A lot of people that I've said we need monorail back. We need monorail back. Like I don't understand the appeal. I didn't grow up with it though. I don't know. What do you guys love monorail? Are you two of those as well? I don't know.
You know what?
I don't have any strong attachment to it. You're right. Go ahead, Mike.
No, go. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
I was just gonna say, yeah, there's the community struggles with change in a lot of ways, and that's something we've seen a lot over the years. We've been doing this almost 10 years now, going to shows and doing stuff online. And yeah, people, a lot of the older AFOLs who maybe were around in early 2000s-ish, anything before like 2010 at this point makes you like an older AFOL for a lot of people. And so, yeah, they aren't always open to new change. And it's kind of like once you get used to something, then they're good with that. And I mean, there's a reason Bricklink looks like it was designed like 1995 still.
Yeah.
And
Angel, I was referring to Flickr as well, but in terms of like moving on from one thing to another thing, like, Lego, the community has stuck with Flickr in the same way they have stuck to those old sets as well. But to David Raymond's credit, like a Disneyland monorail, I think that'd be killer. And I think that'd be one of the better ways they could implement a monorail coming back that is super iconic to Disney and totally makes sense. I'm down for it, but it's a matter of if kids want it too, because Lego, unfortunately, plot twist, it's a kid's toy. So like, you got to keep that in mind too. It's not just about the old classic stuff,
Yeah, for a long time, I was the voice for Lego to bring back classic space, but in a neoclassic space form. Like all the stuff we see on conventions, people doing classic space, neoclassic space, just like remodeling the sets and making cooler ones with the new bricks nowadays. I think if Lego like tapped into that community a bit, just relaunching like the set that Joshua has on the table, or any other famous, even the monorail in this new fashion with actual new 2020 bricks, that would be sweet. But I think it like balance to it, so how it's gonna sell, AFOLs only, the kids will have no idea what they're talking about, But I'm a big supporter of that idea.
If they took like the 4 sets out of that gift with purchase set that Joshua showed earlier with the Black Seas Barracuda, the Yellow Castle, the monorail, and the classic space set, if they took all of those and gave it the same treatment like they did to Barracuda Bay, new and updated, fresh, but still, with good ideas that kids can get behind too. It's not just the old thing again, it's remastered. I think that would be
exactly.
And Ben saying monorail was great, especially for city, because you could have a layout on a much smaller space and easily climb heights. Yes, I agree. And then he'd also totally be in a classic space. Probably not going to happen as long as Star Wars represents a space branch. I think you got your taste of it with Lego Movie for sure, between Benny's spaceship and the Space Squad pack. I think the two can coincide though. They're two very different things and different vibes and looks. So
The good example of the monorail and being able to build up in a small space is I don't know if you guys saw the Ewok Adventureland video that we posted that Boone Langston and Perry Wang and a couple other builders did at Bricks Cascade. But they had a bunch of monorail that went around the trees on that. And that's, you can do a lot with that stuff. It works well.
And then, in that same vein, over 25 years, there are going to be people who want a new Apocalypseburg. So, like,
I think it's going to be an iconic set to stay.
Right. And you see
people's minds.
The way people are loving the remastered Ninjago stuff. Lego can do that and people like it, who's to say more of that can't happen? And as long as it's implementing new building techniques and it's fresh, I'd say go for it, man. That's fine.
David is asking, why isn't the Mars line considered the replacement of Space Dim? That's a good question. I think it's more like a city space kind of replacement.
Yeah, I mean, but Lego has always done that. There's like, so I guess it comes down on how you feel. Does Ninjago replace ninjas?
Exactly, right?
I believe it does, and I firmly believe that Nexo Knights was meant to replace Classic Castle. It's like a new iteration. I've heard some people be like, I don't think it did. No. But like, the castle theme, obviously very important to the Lego catalog, and they wanted to bring that to a new audience. And I think Nexo Knights, all digital stuff, holograms and translucent colors was their way of doing that. Clearly Ninjago worked for them. They tried to do it, with Nexo Knights. So I think that Mars could have been considered like the refresh, but who's to say that couldn't come back again in the same vein as Space Police and all the other ones too?
Yeah,
right on. Good points.
The Ninjago is like the replacement for the old ninja sets. I guess that to me Ninjago is so much like the old ninja sets were much more grounded in reality, like actual sort of Japanese looking architecture and castles and that sort of thing. The Ninjago stuff just is much more fantastical, and I guess in a way.
To Hamburg City Bricks' point, we did get like the Temple of Air Jitsu, and if they did a remaster of that, like that is a traditional looking temple based more so in reality when you're looking at it objectively. True. And we could see things like that in the future. I think a remake of that is a bit too soon, but I'm talking like another 3 years from now.
Yeah. I like how Ninjago, every season Ninjago is trying to like tap into different like pop culture. Like we have the gamer stuff, and then there was more like the ghost stuff before, and like every the Mad Maxy stuff, post-apocalyptic stuff was in Ninjago. So every wave, I like how that theme became like a doorway to anything that Lego wants to tap onto as a pop culture reference. It's not only like it's ninjas and then fighting and melee weapons and everything, but it's like every theme there is something new. And I think Ninjago became that great platform for Lego to just like test out ideas and like push some new stuff without people being complaining about it.
Right. And they got to keep those things fresh. If they just keep re-releasing the old stuff and not iterating on it and doing something new, it's not going to keep kids' interest, So I think Ninjago is a good marriage of two.
Exactly.
And they have a really good show that goes along with it that people are invested in. And now especially the people who initially grew up with it are now getting nostalgia for it. So then they're going to buy the legacy sets and then the cycle repeats. And then, Ninjago wasn't considered evergreen at first. Now it is. So it's just going to keep going and going and going. So who knows what could come out in the future. I think that's going to happen with Mario. But again, that's just me because, So Craig, actually, we talked about earlier, you're asking any ideas with the new Mario sets coming out soon. Do you think they will release a Mario minifigures set? I believe personally that, hearing from interviews and whatnot, I believe one of the designers said that they worked for 4 years on this collaboration, and they are not going to release one set for 4 years of collaboration between Nintendo and Lego. So
I mean, a minifigures line just seems so obvious for Nintendo with all of the iconic characters. It's like
I know it's like they have the license; they should go like full steam ahead with it. I mean,
you certainly would think so.
I think
it's been 4 years of negotiating with Nintendo because of how we know Nintendo is about collaborating with brands. It's like 4 years they try to make them sign the damn contract.
Yeah, I mean, they've been getting better about it. I think it helps that like they're opening up theme parks alongside Universal for all the different locations throughout the world. You're getting the Mario movie either next year or the year after. So you're seeing more leniency with that, which is good. And that just means we get better stuff, So
yeah,
I'm excited.
You should be the most excited because you're like very into Nintendo stuff. So I think that Mario really hits the nail on you.
I have never been more excited for anything else in my life.
Okay,
I am
gotcha.
over the moon. I will be beaming from ear to ear, smiling once I see them physically. But until then, I'm just gonna, I'm keeping the lid on it for now. But once I see set images or something, it's game over.
I can't wait to see your review.
Well, we know who's getting the sets for review, though.
Oh, not you. No, you're not getting anything. No. No issue saying that. It's like a ground rules right there.
The minifigure playing can be a joint. Mike can do the field guide and Brian can do the minifigure review.
There it is.
Exactly.
Mario Bowser's Castle. So I don't want to keep talking about. I feel like we've talked about the Nintendo stuff a lot this stream. So for next stream, we'll limit it. But we got a couple more minutes here. But
we're trying to make you happy, Brian. That's what we do.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. So David, I have thought, and I did a podcast on this on my own channel, but to summarize, if they did a Ultimate Collector Series Castle to the same extent, if not more grandiose than Cinderella's Castle, and then instead of Bowser's Castle, what if they did one of the airships from Super Mario Brothers 3 that Bowser was on invading the castle?
Well, you never know. Like Lego is doing direct-to-consumer sets, right? Like they always do a one-shot, like epic set, like Stranger Things or things like that. So I'm just saying, like having their Nintendo license, this is cool what they're launching, but I think it's too little for the effort. I think there should be something in there behind the scenes happening that will just blow our minds when it comes out.
Oh yeah, there's definitely more than one card in the deck. All right, there's usually 52 cards in the deck, so we got a long ways to go.
Brian, I'm sure you covered this on the longer video that you mentioned on your channel, so people should go check that out. But do you think they'll stick with like newer Mario games and content that like kids would be familiar with today, or pull in like older stuff that has the nostalgia factor?
So I've had the long-running theory, because people call me crazy all the time for a lot of reasons. But one of the reasons was because I said for the longest time my theory, and they're like, well, that doesn't, whatever. So my theory was that, for the longest time, K'NEX had the license to Mario sets, and they are Mario buildable figures, and they had sets based off of Mario Kart Wii, which came out in 2008 or 9. Or no, actually, maybe even whatever. So it came out then, and then Super Mario 3D Land, which was 2011, and then they came out with Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch 2017. Super Mario Odyssey is one of the best, if not the best-selling Nintendo Mario game of all time. So when that happened in 2017, nothing from K'NEX, and I was like, if they aren't releasing anything to coincide with Super Mario Odyssey, something's up, because they absolutely would have done it. So it made too much sense. And then clearly we know why. So ding, another point for me. So I think that they're going to go full force with the newer things like Mario's Airship, the Odyssey from Super Mario Odyssey. It's a big red top hat with a globe on it and a big sail. They're going to do a lot of the newer things first, and I believe they'll work their way backwards. So they'll have some original, figures or sets or something. But I would love with all my heart to see like a Mario minifigure, and the molded head is that of a classic, Mario 64, very polygonal head mold that it can run around and whatnot. And then also have the various different hats and suits, because obviously Metal Mario, Gold Mario, Wing Cap Mario, like the possibilities are endless, but they're going to absolutely do the newer things first, pay respect to the original, Legend of Zelda. They're going to do Breath of the Wild first if they were to do it, and then classic stuff as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think like if ever a minifigure comes out, will it going to have like an oversized head, because Mario has kind of a big head when he's like running as a classic?
You're going to see what happened.
A special mold, right?
Yeah, you're gonna see what happened with trolls because the trolls heads are they kind of pop off and you can swap them out. So they're not gonna be able. Well, maybe they'll be able to fit on conventional minifigure heads like the Mario hat and whatnot. But I think to capture their facial details properly, they're gonna have to do molded heads. And it's not that it's too expensive to do. They're absolutely going to do it because they did it for Simpsons. If they're willing to go all out with molded heads for Simpsons, you're telling me they're not going to do that for Mario? They absolutely are. So that's going to happen.
If there is a Lego Mario team listening,
I'm just saying.
This guy.
Send me a Mike to Denmark
this
to come.
guy.
I'm just saying.
Hire him now.
The handlers can stay home.
I want all the stuff you mentioned.
He's got 10 years worth of products laid out for you. He's done your job for you.
Literally the next decade. Just come on. I can't keep saying this. I know I said it a couple of times over 4 hours, but I'm just.
There is some guy at Lego right now, just like sitting and.
They've done that with fans.
Email address.
They bring in fans to consult for different themes, and they've done that with a number of different themes over the years. So
hey, man,
never know.
I'm here. I'm here.
Well, with that professional opinion, we're going to be wrapping up here soon. Was there something else, Brian?
No, Craig was saying,
buy the merch. Buy the merch.
Actually, I'm wearing
the merch
now.
Oh yes, look at all that beautiful merch. I have one on as well.
Joshua has one on. This is the one that you sent me, so thank you for that.
Wait, I had to buy my own off Teespring.
And this one, I don't. This one has the. See, there you go.
What are you talking about?
Proudly representing.
Jeez, I better get a gift card or something. Come on, man.
We'll give you a Christmas bonus this year, Brian.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. So, no, I got nothing else. I mean, this has been a very fun time, and I appreciate you having me on, and I'm excited to do this. Not talk about Mario every time, extensively every Tuesday.
I'll save my my Nintendo Animal Crossing questions up every week as I see stuff, and then you can answer them for me.
Right. Yeah. I could talk about this for 7 hours, but, you know, I appreciate the opportunity being on here, and
thank you. Yeah, this is great. And I hope everyone watching has enjoyed spending a few hours with us here. I know a lot of people are stuck at home, so hopefully we can continue to bring you some content. We'll have a lot of our regular builder interviews still going up every week, but you know, on some days we don't have videos, we'll have the live stream. So every Tuesday we're planning to do this. So if you're watching now, come back Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time every week. We'll be here on Facebook and YouTube. So thanks everyone who joined us in the chat. Thank you, Brian, for sticking with me this whole time. Mike, I'm glad you could join us. Always great to chat.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yep. Hopefully you can join us again on some future episodes.
I'll try my best.
That's all for now, folks. We'll see you later.
peace out.